WebSportsRadio.com, in association with KBFL, proudly presents
6:27 to go. Buck to Westhoff again. Open, Schwartz, up the middle, shot, score! It's a power play goal.
And Missouri State needed that tally at this point.
This one comes from the point as Westhoff gets it to the open man. And it was swept home. And Sturm gets the goal.
Assisted by number 14, Jonathan Schwartz. Number 11, Nolan Westhoff.
Missouri State University Ice Hockey.
And live from
With the call, here's Steve Casson.
Well, sorry there, John Heisman. Live from the Jordan Valley Ice Park and the Stan Melton Ice Rink. It is Game 3 of Day 1, the Route 66 Showcase. Hello, everybody. Steve Casson. As we have Game 3 between the Missouri State Ice Bears and the University of New Mexico Lobos. Rankings just came out, and Missouri State right now is ranked number 7 in the Pacific. The Lobos are ranked number 17, and that can change. Right now there are several teams that, because of specific standings, and what I mean by that is they have certain issues with the ACHA that is not in good standing, and that could change. If that does change, Missouri State's position and also University of New Mexico's position could also change. Right now, there are 5 teams that have some issues, and again, that could change some spots. But right now, as we speak, number 7 in the Pacific, Missouri State. Number 17, University of New Mexico. Players to watch out for the University of New Mexico include Jared Ronquillo. Lifetime with the Lobos, 77 goals, 45 assists. This year, right now, 15 goals, 17 assists. He leads the team at 2.2 points per game, the senior from Woodbury, Minnesota. And he's the guy that's doing it. I don't want to say doing it all. There's other guys with some scoring too, including Chance Shanks. Shanks, 31 goals, 66 assists lifetime for 97 points. And this year right now with 9 goals and 12 assists for the junior from Corrales, New Mexico. In fact, he has a 4-game goal scoring, or to take that back, a 4-game scoring streak. He had 2 goals versus Texas Tech back on October 26th. For the Missouri State Ice Bears, they are coming off of a kind of a defeat, I think, mentally for this hockey club in some respects, as they went into Ole Miss and they lost games by 1 goal, 3-2 and 2-1. And I know that everyone thinks that it could have gone a different way, but Missouri State at 2-5-1 on the season, and they're hoping to turn things around in this showcase. They meet the University of New Mexico Lobos at 4-6 this early season. For Missouri State in net, they will have Graham Nave. Nave in 7 games, 1-5-1 with a 5.60 goals against average and .872 save percentage. And it will be Sam Fisher, the backstop for the University of New Mexico Lobos. The freshman from Los Alamitos, New Mexico, in 6 games, 3-2 with a 4.94 goals against average and an .869 save percentage. Mentioned goal scorers. Well, let's talk about them for Missouri State. And for the Ice Bears, several players with multiple goals, including the leader right now, Mitchell Doley, 4 goals, 2 assists. Also Christopher Rita with 4 goals and an assist. The senior from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Christopher Rita, is in second in scoring. Other guys that just got goals recently include Justin Koch with 2 goals and 1 assist, and Tyler Ott with 2 goals. And both of his goals are power play goals. The freshman from St. Louis, Missouri, leading the team with the PP. For Missouri State, this is their first set of games at home this season. The Ice Bears had scheduled games earlier in the season. Those got canceled. So Missouri State, for the first time in 9 games, this will be their 9th game, and it's the first one at home for this hockey club. Games earlier, and they were kind of blowouts, in fact. A 12-2 win for Arkansas. Make that 13, I believe. 13-2 for Arkansas over Washington University St. Louis. And then Kansas and Colorado School of Mines. That was a blowout. Kansas taking that one. I believe also a 14-2 score. So it's been tough for the teams right now. And Missouri State, University of New Mexico, first time these two teams will play each other this season. And I say this season because there will be an event called the Outdoor Nuclear Shootout that takes place January 10th, 11th, and 12th. That's at the Los Alamitos County Ice Rink in Los Alamitos, New Mexico. Don't know the teams just yet, so it's very possible Missouri State could end up playing these same Lobos coming up next year in January. About 20 seconds or so before we get the on-ice festivities going. Missouri State has 10 seniors this season that will graduate. It will be a completely different squad for head coach Cody Blevins for next season, and I know he's looking forward to getting out on the recruiting trail and getting things set up. It's pretty much an all-Missouri squad with the exception of Carson Komar from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Christopher Rita from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Christian Catalano from Franklin Park, Illinois, along with Christian Kuzo from La Vista, Nebraska. Other than that, it's been an all-Missouri squad for this team for a few years. Let's join public address announcer Kevin Thurl for the introduction of the starting lineups.
4-6 record, taking on your Ice Bears at a record of 2-5-1 in an always important and compelling series towards the ACHA postseason. And tonight in the Tri-Lakes Marine broadcast booth, I am honored to introduce our official scorekeeper, Georgia Powell, our clock operator, John Cook, and our penalty box officials, Tish Cook and Jimbo Cochran. Steve Casson will be broadcasting play-by-play from above, and I'm Kevin Thurl, proud to be your PA for tonight's game. And so, fans, let's get started with meeting our starting lineups for tonight's game. For the University of New Mexico Lobos, starting at a forward, number 64, Matias Zumagala. Starting at a forward, number 17, Jared Wanquillo. Starting at a forward, number 90, Garrett McKinstry. Starting on defense for the Lobos, number 93, Tylik Colrust. Starting on defense, number 5, Tristan Collier. And starting in net tonight for the University of New Mexico, number 39, Sam Fisher. The Lobos are coached by head coach Grant Harvey. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the heart of Springfield, Missouri, inside the Jordan Valley Ice Park, and within the beautiful Stan Melton Arena, it's time. Everyone on your feet and make some noise. Let's meet the starters for your Missouri State Ice Bears. Starting at a forward, number 90, Ted Showtime Cardinelli. Starting at a forward, number 6, Carson Komar. Starting at a forward, number 9, Ethan Dabbs. Starting on defense for the Bears, number 61, Christian Kuzo. Starting on defense, number 7, Nick Gray. And starting in goal tonight for the Ice Bears, number 50, Graham Nave. The Bears are coached by head coach Cody Blevins and assistant coach BJ Norman and Tyler Pretty Boy Ellis. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our officiating crew tonight, referees Terry Farrar and Craig Smith, and everyone's favorite linesman, Mark Crossbar Marzola. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. And gentlemen, please remove your caps as we honor America with the singing of the national anthem performed tonight by Christy Shaw.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Our national anthem here from the Jordan Valley Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena. Game 3 of Day 1, the Route 66 Showcase, third annual at Missouri State University. The Ice Bears ranked number 7 in the Pacific, University of New Mexico, number 17. I'm Steve Casson, along with Jake Lauder doing camera work. Thanks so much for doing it, Jake. You're kind of way high up there. How's it feel?
Pretty good, ready to roll here tonight.
There you go. Well, glad to have you along. Fresh 20 minutes on the clock. And we are just about ready to start period number 1. Missouri State, if they could sweep this showcase, could end up back at 500. They are 2-5-1 on the season thus far. Not faring very well, have scored just 19 goals, given up 35 this season, compared to the 53 that the University of New Mexico Lobos have scored, and we are underway here in the first period. It'll be possession by the Lobos. They'll get it all the way down to the Missouri State zone, where it'll be chased by Nicholas Gray. Gray will get it to the near side boards to Carson Comar off of his stick, and Ted Cardinale will help it back to the left side to Ethan Dobbs now. Dobbs down the right side, intercepted, taken away by Jared Ronquillo. It'll go behind the net though, poked away, and now grabbed by Matias Zumagala. He'll shoot it in, a bouncer, saved by Nave, and it'll be cleared out by the defense. That's always a tough one for a goaltender, with a bouncer that came up and he had to, like a shortstop, kind of get it off of his body, make sure it didn't go anywhere. Now it's tipped right out in front. Skating right through was Zumagala. It'll go behind the net, cleared by the Ice Bears, and out to center ice. 19:05 to go in the period. Puck cleared back into the Missouri State zone, and a line change for the Lobos. Into the Missouri State zone now. Held on the right side, sent down by Leandro Rickert. 4 goals, make that 6 goals and 4 assists for him. He's averaging 1 point per game. Back in the Missouri State zone again. Christian Cuzo wearing the captain, the C for Missouri State. He is the captain, is what I meant to say. Puck is now taken by the Ice Bears, and they're going to work it quickly out. Christopher Rita across the line. Gets it to the near side boards. Racing down is Adam Brown. Brown with a goal and an assist this season. Up the middle, intercepted. Good play there by Leandro Rickard. And now it's the Ice Bears with possession. They'll work it again behind the net. Trying to gain some sense of possession is Christopher Rita. Goes to the left point. Held in at the half boards now. Working it is Adam Brown. Trying to come in and sliding through is Chance Shanks. It comes right up the middle. Tipped in front by Brown, and a big save there. Good save by Fisher. Puck is taken away and out to center. And the Lobos, who really need a change, will shoot it in deep. Chance Shanks will do that. Puck comes right up the corner side and intercepted by the Ice Bears as they worked Marcus Trujillo away from the puck. And now it's out to center and reset back by Talek Colhorst. Lobos in their own zone. Isaac Dunwoody to the point, and the Ice Bears put some pressure, does Mitchell Doley, and it's cleared out to center ice. No score here in the first period. Puck sent all the way down into the Missouri State zone. The Ice Bears will intercept and bring it to Doley, who tips it all the way in, no icing. Directing traffic is Fisher, the goaltender, but it'll come to the near side. Christian Catalano had it go underneath his stick. Koch right up the middle to poke it ahead to a couple of waiting Ice Bears, but nothing doing there, and it's sent back in the Missouri State zone. The Lobos with a line change. Missouri State going to do that here in just a second, but they want to get it as far out as they can to make that change, and they do. Back in the Lobos zone. Shanks off the boards, intercepted. And cleared to the right side. That is Koch with a drive and a bouncer off the arm of Fisher. Goes behind the net. Fernando Herta Jr. has it. Broken up from him, and Colhurst will clear it out to center ice all the way down the boards, and no icing. It's been waved off by the referee, Craig Smith. Near side boards. 16:25 to go in the period, and no score. It is worked behind the Missouri State net, and finally taken by Missouri State and cleared all the way down to the Lobos' end of the ice. Chasing it to the corner, Tristan Collier. Collier wearing number 5 tonight. Near side boards. Off of the glove of Tyler Ott. Sends it behind the net. Ott with 2 goals and 2 power play goals. Both of them have been power play goals. Puck cleared out to center. Here comes Huerta. Fernando let it go, and the Ice Bears intercept. Line change for Missouri State. They get a drive in, does Tyler Ott, and a save into the glove of Sam Fisher. He'll hold on, that is. 15:42 to go in the period, and no score. Face off to the right of Fisher, and immediately it's out to center, and Catalano will gain control. Broken up from him by Trujillo, and helped by Shanks down to the Missouri State zone. Too far for Jared Carnes. Or Carnes, maybe. In the Missouri State zone behind the net. Here's Nicholas Gray. Spins around, lost the puck, poked away, and a nice play by Graham Nave, the goaltender, to notice that his defense was completely out of position after the puck got poked away, and right there waiting on the doorstep was Trujillo, and it was poked away. Now we're going to get a whistle, and I believe for a penalty possibly. This is in the near corner. It's an interference call against Gray. The first power play for the Lobos. They are 5 for 45 on the season, just 11.1%. Missouri State on the penalty kill, not too good either, 65.2. They've allowed 8 of 23. So the Lobos work the power play. Ronquillo up high slot, broken away momentarily by Brown, but Ronquillo was able to keep it in onside. Now the Ice Bears have it. They flip it up and clear it all the way down. 1:40 remaining in the power play. Goes to Shanks. Shank's best goal-scoring season was 18-19. In 31 games, he had 13 goals, 36 assists, 49 points. Up high, here's a drive that's blocked. That came off of Ronquillo. Now left side drive, save Nave. Shot by Shanks. And Nave was able to close the door. Shanks calling for it. Left side again. Power play has 110. Up high, working it to Ronquillo. Now down in low. Power play still with 103. Shot in, pad save Nave. Rebound to the corner. That one came off a Trujillo stick. There's an ice bear there. He gets pulled over, and it'll go once again to Trujillo. Up high. Again, Ronquillo. Left side, Shanks. Drive, save. It goes up over the goaltender. And now the Ice Bears, can they clear it? They finally do. Slapped off the boards by Jake Stewart and all the way down. And a tired penalty-killing unit for Missouri State. Ice Bears finally get some fresh men, but here comes Shanks. He's been on the ice the entire power play. Puck is now finally cleared and sent all the way down. 13:31 to go. And Missouri State has killed all but 25 seconds of this power play for New Mexico. Cleared back in the Ice Bears zone, off of a skate. And Doley has it deflect off another skate and back into the Missouri State bench. 15 seconds to go in the power play. And still no score. Coming up at the first intermission, an interview with the Ice Bears' Carson Komar. That'll be coming up. Catalano will steal the puck after the face-off and send it all the way down into the New Mexico end of the ice. Collier's there. Clears it. No icing, though, with 2 seconds remaining, and the power play has expired. Missouri State with Gray out of the box. He'll go to the bench. Colhurst. His pass intercepted. And Missouri State will change at least one player. Now shot right back in by Nathan Hendricks. Looking for his first point as the senior. Pass Sullivan. Now taken by Nathan Dallas. Dallas right side. Blocked off by John Kelly. Half boards now. Jacob Dunwoody is able to clear it out to center ice. Intercepted by Dallas of the Ice Bears. 3-on-2 into the zone. Dallas shoots just through the crease. Once again, another save there by Fisher. Puck to the half boards on the left side. Far side boards. It is Isaac Dunwoody out to center, and he tried to bowl his way through, but the Ice Bears intercept. A.J. Daniger, freshman, looking for his first points too. Puck cleared back out. The Ice Bears will change up. Not too many men. They were able to get a man off just before touching the puck. It's cleared all the way down to the Missouri State zone. A slow rolling puck is called icing. 11:46 to go in the period. And no score. Missouri State is trailing in shots as New Mexico leads that by a count of 5-3. Face off of the right of Fisher. His left, right as you look at it. Coming in to take the draw. John Kelly, and right off the draw, after it was won by the Ice Bears, Cardinale was able to get a tip in, and a good save there by Fisher. So we'll do it again from the same spot. Carson Komar comes in to draw, along with Jared Ronquillo. Talk about Ronquillo's stats. Lifetime, 122 points, 77 goals, 45 assists. This year he's at 15-7. That's not even close to his best year. We'll get to that in a second. Ice Bears work it like it's a power play. It's not. Here's Stewart, right side, tipped in front by Cardinale, missed wide. Far side boards. Ice Bears to work it again. Komar tried to tip it around Leonardo Rickert. Intercepted, though. Grabbed by McKinstry. That's Garrett McKinstry. 3 goals, 7 assists for the Rio Rancho, New Mexico product. Puck is cleared out to center, and the Ice Bears will regroup. Mention Ronquillo. His best was last year. 40 goals, 20 assists, 60 points. He scored 4 goals versus Colorado School of Mines back on October 19th. 2 goals versus Texas Tech on the 26th of October. and right now has a 3-game goal scoring streak, and in that streak, 7 goals and 3 assists, and he's kind of doing it all right now for the University of New Mexico. Puck cleared back into the New Mexico zone. It's been waved off. Good play by Ryan Moon. He's able to rush in. Now Moon working it again. Down in low. Trying to get it to Christopher Rita. Up the middle, and a shot by Brown is a high pop fly. Well, a shallow pop fly. And it's held on to by Fisher. 10:31 to go in the period. And shots getting even now. It's 6-5 in favor of New Mexico. Again, the rankings just came out, the newest rankings. Missouri State right now at number 7, New Mexico at number 17. And that is different from what you see on the ACHA site. That did not take into consideration, or actually I make a different scenario is it did take into consideration the teams that have some issues with the ACHA. They're not in good standing, and if you take away those teams, then Missouri State is ranked number 5. But right now, technically 7. Here come the Ice Bears across the line. Working it is Rita. Has some room. Christopher shoots, tipped save. Rebound to Moon. Now to Rita on the follow-up, and he tried to send it through to Brown. Missed him. Now Gray. Backhander through the crease. Intercepted by the Lobos, and Trujillo can't clear it. Moon again, 3-on-3. Left side drive, and a blocker save as it came to Adam Brown. Good blocker save there by Fisher. Up the middle again. Trailer in front. Missing it just wide was Hendricks. It was tipped too. Puck out to center. And Missouri State now leads in shots by a count of 7-6. Grabbed by Collier. Again, Tristan Collier, the freshman from Albuquerque. He is wearing jersey number 5. Intercepted by the Ice Bears. Now Evan Lasansky on the ice. Lasansky to Catalano. He shoots. Big save. Rebound. It's loose and taken away by the defense. It's Jared Carnes, and Carnes is able to clear it out, but it's sent right back in by Missouri State. 8:57 to go in the period. Great play by the Ice Bears. Hendricks, he kept it in. He looked behind him, but he still got a stick to keep it in and hold it on the left side. Once again, an opportunity for Hendricks. Shot in, blocked. Made its way to the near side boards. Doley is there. Intercepted and grabbed by Shanks. Can he clear it? Yes, but the Ice Bears send it right back in. 8:35 to go in the period and no score. Near side boards. Shanks is there. His pass is kind of a bad one, but it's able to get out. Past Sullivan's stick and cleared all the way down. No icing. Colhurst got that on goal, so no icing. The officials wave it off. 8:16 remaining in what has been kind of one of the better games so far in this showcase. Rickert now sends it to Colhurst with some trouble, but the Lobos with possession. Shanks behind his own net. Gets out of trouble. Can't spin away though from Tyler Ott. Ott with some help, digs it out along the goal line. Ott breaks free, he shoots, blocker saved. Rebound off the back of the cage, and it's held on to by Fisher. 7:45 to go in the period, and no score. Shots 10-7 now in favor of Missouri State. Heard from head coach Cody Blevins, I'll tell you in a second here, is coming in on an opportunity is Isaac Dunwoody. It's clear to the near side. And I know, Jake, you'll like this one, but heard from head coach Cody Blevins. He said all 3 goaltenders will get a chance to play in all 3 of the games this showcase. So you're going to get in at least one game for sure. We know that. Here comes a drive in by Sean Sullivan. That's held on to. 7:13 to go in the period, and no score. I don't know if that means he's going to get all the goaltenders to come up here and do camera work or not. I have no idea, but you'll get some work in. That's a good thing. How long has it been since you've been in, got some work in?
It's been a little while, but I'm ready to go again here soon.
What do you do when you kind of dress, get ready to play for the game, but you're kind of that backup? How do you stay mentally prepared?
You always got to be prepared to go in, mentally ready to go, just in case something happens.
7 minutes to go in this period. Ice Bears with some pressure, and they now lead on shots 11-7. Tipped out in front by Ted Cardinale. Dobbs gets it right through the crease. Far side boards. Gray holds it in. Check there by McKinstry, and it's cleared by the Lobos. Enough for Gray to steal for Missouri State, but he gets taken out as he tries to rush it in. Left side, now to the right side. McKinstry had it. Broken up from him. 6:30 to go. Here comes the Ice Bears and Dobbs. He'll have it left side. Nice move. Backhander missed wide. Good move to get around Tyler Lovett. Now left side again, a drive. This time is missed wide. Good opportunity in front by Adam Brown. Now Brown with a recipient of Ted Cardinale's pass at the near side boards. Now at the half boards. He's in there poking with Zamagala. Brown's there, but after he breaks it up, it's taken away by New Mexico. A couple of players tangle, and that's Brown and Rickert. And now here come the Ice Bears. 2-on-1 off. No, we're going to get a penalty behind the play. The referee from the back end, and I'm not sure why he called this if it's a Lobo that's getting called for high sticking. Terry Farrar had his hand up back in the Missouri State zone, unless it was touched by a Lobo, but it'll be a power play for Missouri State, their first of the game. So here in the first, this one gets assist by Marcus Trujillo for a high stick. Missouri State on the power play this season not doing well. 3 for 17, 17.7%. But the Lobos penalty kill not bad, 84.9%, 8 for 53 they've allowed. Puck missed wide and cleared all the way down by Colhurst. It may have hit Colhurst in the hand. He was shaking it a little bit after he was able to clear the puck. 5:21 to go in the period. Carson Komar will be our guest in the first. Here comes Moon across the line. Moon looking for Dallas, instead gives it to Brown. Working on the power play now with 1:25 to go. High slot to Gray, back to Brown, near side. Down in low, working it to Moon. Now it goes to Christian Kuzo. Over to Moon, right side. Moon breaks free. Moon shoots. Glove save and held on to by Fisher. It was going wide, but Fisher was able to hold on to it and keep it out of play. And that's a good thing. You want to do that. Get a good line change. And New Mexico can do that. Ice Bears also get that line change. 4:50 to go in the period. Carson Komar in to take the draw from Ronquillo, and Ronquillo wins it, but the Ice Bears keep it in play. Koch to Cardinale. Left side to Koch. Left dot to Ethan Dobbs. Now to Koch, who missed wide down the middle. Cardinale will work it again. Forgot the puck, though. 50 seconds to go on the power play. Now has it. Left side. Gives it over to Dobbs. Right through the crease was Rita, and it was underneath his stick. Cardinale with 41 seconds to go. Shot save. Komar was right there, but a good save by Fisher. No score. Behind the net now is Rita. Ice Bears looking to take the lead. Power play is 30 seconds. 4:11 to go in the period, that is. Power play with Dobbs for Missouri State to Koch. Left side, now to Dobbs. He shoots, and it was deflected up high. Waiting was Komar. Down the middle he is. Going to Koch, now to Dobbs. In front, tipped, save as Rita was there to tip it. Behind the net, Ice Bears scramble for it, and it's held on to by Fisher. 3:48 to go in the period. And the officials may call some penalties. Heard a couple of extra whistles, but I doubt it. .348 to go. And still no score. Power play has 7 seconds, just enough for Missouri State to get something set up. Doley in with Ronquillo. Ronquillo wins it. It's cleared immediately. All the way down to the Missouri State zone. Now we're 5-on-5. Ice Bears with Jake Stewart. Off of his stick and chasing it all the way down is Jacob Matthews in the Missouri State zone. Intercepted, grabbed by Shanks, and now finally kicked out. Sent in by Rickard. Near side boards. Working it is Jake Stewart. Across the red line, Doley is there to send it all the way down to the Lobos zone. No icing. Rickard, 6 goals, 4 assists, 2:56 remaining. Doley is there to kick it out. And Catalano will intercept. Here come the Ice Bears. Catalano 1-on-3. Pulled away from him. Catalano still working the puck. Lasansky's in there. Now we're going to get a penalty, and it goes against the Lobos. Ice Bears work it. They'll get the goaltender out. Extra attacker with 2:34 that is to go in the period. Held on side by Jake Stewart. Sent down in low. Lasansky's there, but it's touched up by Trujillo, and we get a holding call. So another power play for Missouri State. Joining us in the broadcast booth, General Manager Missouri State and Ryan Armstrong. Ryan, so far, I think about the best game we've seen thus far right now.
This is an absolute electric crowd. This is a great game. The guys know what's on stake. After the last ranking came out, this showcase is very important, and the players realize that, and they are definitely proving it. Coach Blevin's squad is ready to go for today, and really excited to see what the Ice Bears can do on the power play here.
Yeah, I mentioned if Missouri State can somehow, we don't want to break anything by saying this, but if they can somehow sweep this showcase, they're back at 500 again. And
yeah, that's big stuff.
With a 7th place ranking right now in the Pacific, that's got to bode well. So holding is the call. Puck cleared all the way down to the Missouri State zone. They lead in shots 14-7, and they have another power play. This is number 2 to work with. Left side, Dallas looking for Moon. Instead, he'll now finally get it to him. Off the boards to Gray, right side. Drop down once again to Moon. Moon gets checked by Colehurst. 6 assists for Colehurst. Has a goal for his tallies this year. Oh, Colehurst working hard. Moon working hard, and Moon escapes. Slow puck to Gray. Returning to Brown. Kicked from him. Brown still with control. Adam down the middle. Oh, he took a look at Christian Kuzo and sent it to him. Kuzo's shot. Pad save. Far side board to Brown. Stepping in front, and a good play there is Garrett McKinstry. It'll go to the near side past Gray, and we must have some New Mexico fans because they cheered as soon as that puck went past Gray and all the way down.
Yeah, I have a feeling that each team in the showcase this weekend has some fans that have traveled quite a distance to see their team play in this showcase, and it's really great to see that. I know every game so far has been that way.
Less than 30 seconds now to go in the penalty. 53 seconds to go in the power play. Still no score here in the first period. Puck cleared in the Missouri State zone. They're going to work it now to Ted Cardinale at the red line. Intercepted, and thinking better of it was Chance Shanks. He just wanted to clear it all the way down since they were shorthanded. No reason to try to risk it here. Ice Bears with 31 seconds remaining. Cardinale shoots, he scores!
Yes.
Top shelf over the goaltender Fisher of Missouri State with 3 seconds left have scored a power play goal. It's 1-0 Ice Bears.
Just a great skill play by Cardinale to knock down that bouncing puck right on the far blue with the pass. Came in there, all the confidence, waited, took a look, took another look, put it right over the shoulder. Just absolute great play. 28.5 seconds left in the first period. That is the way you want to go into the locker room with all the momentum. And man, I think we're in for a good hockey game tonight.
So this goal will be scored. Let's catch the call here.
By number 90, Ted Cardinale. Assisted by number 6, Carson Komar. Time of the goal at 19:32 of the first period. Scored on the power play by number 90. Assisted by number 6. That's a Missouri State.
So the Ice Bears on the power play. Here in the first period, Comar gets the assist. That's Cardinale's first goal of the season. As the buzzer sounds. And we'll see if we can get a look at that one here. It's just a nice shot that Cardinale is able to get right up over the goaltender's shoulder. And Missouri State has the 1-0 lead after one period of play. Shots on goal in the first. Graham Nave faces 7 shots. And Sam Fisher with 17. And Missouri State has a 1-0 lead. So far, so good, Ryan. I mean,
you know what? I think I'll keep the headphones on for the second period.
All right. Well, be glad to have you. I
want to back up about the 1:30-1:45 mark of that power play in the offensive zone. Ryan Moon in the corner. I don't know what the size and the stats are on freshman Ryan Moon from Springfield, Missouri, but he was outplaying a player probably about 1.5 feet taller than him, probably outweighed him. I don't know that stat.
Listed at 5'9", 155.
He was just battling in the corner like he was 6'5". I mean, there's no question. He probably evaded 6 or 7 hits and then came out with the puck and made a pass. I mean, that's the kind of player that we're going to need to make sure we keep an eye on for the future as we drift lazily up towards the ceiling. I'll go ahead and take care of that in a second here.
Appreciate that.
Steve, let's catch the second period in a little while, but want to break?
Yeah, we're going to take a break, and we're going to talk to Carson Comar in a moment.
Hey, Springfield, are you ready for some hockey?
Here's Barrett.
Left side with the beeline on over to O'Brien. Back to Barrett. Score!
Steve Casson here, voice of your Missouri State Ice Bears. Join us at Jordan Valley Ice Park in downtown Springfield for this year's excitement.
This is head coach Jeremy Law. The Bears are back for another season, so check out our schedule at MissouriStateHockey.com and get your tickets now.
Here come the Ice Bears. Turan with Bell catching up. Turan shoots. Score! Oh, baby! We are back at Jordan Valley Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena. Steve Casson now with the Ice Bears. Carson Comar, 1 goal, 2 assists for the senior this season out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. And Carson, you guys kind of started off a little slow. Things are starting to turn around, especially after rankings now. What's the guys' feelings?
I've come off 2 hard road weekends, Arkansas and Ole Miss, 2 very hard-fought weekends. But I think that everyone's excited to be home finally. We haven't had any home games yet, so we've been on the road quite a bit, and just kind of been finally getting the things, jets flowing, get chemistry going. I think we only have 6 rookies this year, so chemistry is higher than it's ever been since I've been here. And like I said, kind of starting to piece things together here. Yeah,
this is definitely a senior and junior-related team. You haven't played at home. That's got to be tough, always being on the road. And it seemed for some reason, and trust me, as a scheduler, I do not do this. I do not mean to do this, but for some reason, the Division III team tends to play a lot of road games early.
Yep. And
I've tried to switch that around. It just hasn't happened.
Thankfully it works out. As we're on the road, so as we later on in the year we begin to kind of have some home games. Thankfully, it's when school starts to get a little bit tougher. So we're on the road when in the beginning of the year when you kind of have a little bit more flexibility with your getting your grades back. But when you got to be home studying, it's nice that we have these home games.
This is a hockey club that saw one of their best lines, actually one of the top lines in all of ACHA go a couple of years ago. And it's been kind of struggling to find that scoring touch. And it seems like it's kind of now guys that all of a sudden that weren't those go-to guys are. Like, for instance, Mitchell Doley with 4 goals coming into this tournament, Christopher Rita. I mean, those were the guys that were kind of step back, and all of a sudden things start to happen. Even you now with a couple of goals, 3 points and 2 assists. But what's the core? What's the makeup of this team? How does everybody feel being the Division III squad? They kind of have the Division I, How does everybody feel playing kind of that step below?
I think it used to be a bigger separation back my rookie year. It was very separated, D1, D3. You had this, we had that. It's kind of joined into a big team now almost. Everyone kind of gets along, so there's not as many kids kind of look at it as playing a step down. Kids just like to play hockey and are able to do it while going to school. So we've all been together, besides those 6 rookies for a few years now, and everybody likes each other. We get along really well. So I think we had 2 kids step up to the D1 program this past season, and I'm sure we'll send a couple more up. But everyone's doing really well this year, and everyone's happy where we're at so far.
Yeah, Brandon Baldwin, one of the guys that I know that is now on the Division I squad, and Brett Houston also.
There's 3. Yeah, Stuart Hopkins.
Yeah, and Stuart Hopkins.
Yep.
What made you decide, you're from Grand Rapids, Michigan, what made you decide Missouri State, as we were talking to Carson Komar?
I have to give that question a lot. I don't know how I ended up here. Just sorts of things. I had surgery after I graduated high school, and I sat out a season and thought I was done playing hockey, and next thing I knew, I had an opportunity to come play and go to school here, and fell in love with the school actually at first, and so I thought I was done playing hockey 4 years ago, and thankfully found a school I liked, and they had an option to play some hockey, and so this is all kind of, I've looked at it as bonus time. It's fun playing.
Carson Komar joining us. Did you know anything about Missouri State? Did you know anything about the hockey club? Anything before you started looking?
No. I've never heard of them. Never really. I lived in Springfield when I was 2 to 4 years old, so I remember anything. But my parents happened to love it, and so when we sit down and looked after I graduated high school, and we're like, what am I going to do? Just put all the options out on a board and pros and cons, and they're like, why don't we try some other states? And had some family friends down here still, and came down and looked at the school. Like I said, I fell in love with the school at first, actually, which for me, I'm not a big school guy, so I was like, that's kind of weird. But besides that, I went to one game before I came in, and just I'm just happy to keep still be playing hockey, and one more year here.
Carson Komar is our guest. You have any siblings?
Yep, I have an older sister and a younger sister.
Did they play hockey at all?
No, they got the privilege of traveling around with me. My younger sister always wanted to play. She's always the aggressive one of her group, and unfortunately, she just got stuck in the travel and just was with me, and it was tough to have 2 kids in travel hockey when we're moving around so much for me. So thankfully, I had the support there from the 2 sisters, and the older one, she just graduated from LSU about a year ago, and my younger one, she got all the brains and is going into engineering over at Oklahoma State. So had the support, but they just got to travel with me.
When you were younger, I assume you played the street hockey or the hockey in the garage kind of thing. Did your sisters play?
I would. There's a picture. Before I got goalie pads, I had my little sister wrapped up in a bundle of carpet. I put her in the middle of the net and was firing with some pucks at her and stuff. So I would always try to throw them in there as much as I could. My little sister always would want to tag along, and we used to build the rink out back every year, and she would go out there and skate an hour or 2 every night with me.
So was she standing up or was she laying horizontal?
She started standing up. She might have fallen down if I don't remember right, but yeah, I don't know. I just know there's a picture now. I don't think she can even really stand up on her own yet, but I just kind of put her inside some carpet and said stand there, and she was as happy as could be. So.
Oh wow, that's funny. Good thing you didn't hit her, I assume.
That I remember of. Yeah, she's still here and has all of her teeth, so it's all right.
Carson Komar is joining us of Missouri State. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Happy. No, I don't know. I don't want to go work my whole life. I have a goal to retire by I'm 55, so looking to get out, graduate with a degree, get out, go work hard, put my head down for 10, 15 years, and hopefully pick up and be able to retire by the time I'm 55.
So what do you want to do? What's your thoughts?
I probably grew up in the car industry. My dad owning and running car dealerships, so I've always thought I'd go into that. I've sold here and there. I figured I'd go over to finance at dealerships after I graduate. Just kind of get the ropes and strings of the business a little bit better, and then my dad actually started a warranty and administration agency.
Okay.
So I'd like to follow and hopefully take over that one day.
Basically a company that offers warranties?
It sells extended service contracts and warranties to dealerships that they provide to the consumer.
So kind of the third party aftermarket.
So you're not in the day-to-day of the dealerships. You're not working 78 hours a week your whole life. You're going into dealerships and you're selling them your products, your warranties, your training, their F&I. You're just overseeing, kind of coming in from an outside eye and overseeing their store a little bit and providing those extended service contracts.
As we're talking to Carson Comar, so I get what you want to do. You basically want to make money and not really have to work for it.
Yeah, like everybody. I want to start a YouTube channel or something, like they just start streaming gaming or something, so make it easy. But
I get it. I'm the exact same way. That's exactly what I want to do, make some money without having to work for it. I'm all good with that. But do you remember, has hockey always been your favorite sport?
Yep, I grew up playing everything. Football, baseball, lacrosse was my second major sport, which I probably should have stuck with. But I've always been a big golfer, so I've always enjoyed that. But as you got older and kind of more time consuming, everything kind of dwindled out and just gone right down to hockey. So I've been skating ever since I've been 2, 3, 4 years old, so it's been a part of my life since I can remember.
Carson Comar is joining us. So when you say you should have stuck with lacrosse, what you mean is your parents feel you should have because hockey's so expensive.
I probably would agree with that. With lacrosse, I didn't grow up right around, so I think they got tired of driving me 45 minutes at the minimum for practices every night. So they're glad that they didn't have to continue with that. But yeah, definitely would have been a lot cheaper route. And a few more scholarship opportunities, hopefully. But oh well.
Who is your favorite hockey team?
I like the Detroit Red Wings. Yep.
Not doing so well this year.
No, Eisman just took over this year, so I think they're in the rebuilding stages. I give them 3 years or so. They need a goalie. They need a goalie bad.
Well, that's the key. A lot of people have to understand there's a rebuild.
Yeah.
I'm an LA Kings fan, and I totally get there's a rebuild coming on.
I think we need quick. We'll take quick, and I think we'll take quick. We need a few defensemen.
Yeah, but what do you have in return, though? There's not much in return.
Yeah, that was just giving draft picks.
I mean, first rounders. I would love to do. I love to have that. It's going to be a little bit for LA, and that's the problem. Is kind of like with Detroit. You have to kind of throw everyone out and start all over with the bathwater kind of thing, but Stevie I's been there before. He knows what's going on. That's the good thing.
Nope. I think they've been trying to get him home for a few years now, and just certain things lined up. Finally came back from Tampa, but our roommate with Richard Albrecht, our goalie last 2 years, he's actually an LA Kings fan, so followed between the Kings and the Wings, know pretty well what's going on with the rebuilds. I think just to join into one, like I said. Yep,
for sure. Carson Comar is joining us. Do you remember your first hockey goal?
I don't know my first goal. I think I remember my first hat trick more than my first goal. I had a hat trick when I was younger. I think I on my birthday, so it was kind of memorable. Just maybe on my birthday and being my first hat trick. I remember that more than my first goal, I think.
That's obviously got to be fun remembering that first one. I remember the first time, and as a goalie, I remember the first time scoring a goal myself.
It doesn't happen very often. It's rare, but I think when you get, I've seen goals get excited over assists, so I can't even imagine how much more exciting it is to actually score.
Well, I've actually scored 4 goals. Now, 3 of the goals in the league I was in, basically if a team forfeits, somebody comes at center ice from the winning team and they just literally shoot a goal down from center ice, empty net, and you get credit for the goal, right? I did that 3 times. The team was cooler. Hey, go ahead and do it, Steve. But the one time I did score a goal was kind of the deal. It was late in the game. They pulled the goalie. We're up by a goal. And I went into the corner. I'm kind of an active goalie. And I went into the corner and I saw there was nobody between me and the net. And I got to tell you, I was so looking at it that I got the shot off, but I kind of fanned on it just a little bit, and it was going towards the net, and a guy was chasing it down. I'm like, please get in there. And it just got in before he chased it down, and the only goal I've ever scored in my life.
You have to have the dramatic effect. I stepped in and played a few games of goaling the cross, and I probably just the ADHD in me. I get bored standing back there, so I was the same way. I'd come out and try to score and hit kids and stuff. It makes it a little bit more exciting on both sides. The goalie's out than that, and you don't know what's going to happen.
Carson Komar is with us from Missouri State. Do you still play lacrosse?
I'll pick up a stick here and there and just mess around, but not too much. We have a club program here I thought about for a few years, maybe going out, but I don't like running the older I've gotten, and it's a sport that involves a lot of running.
And it's not, what's it called? It's
cradling. You have just a stick and a head, and you just with the mesh and ball, and then just.
Yeah. So, but is it called? There's a name for it because it's got like a
I think
netting. I don't know. I'm not a lacrosse
they have a couple
person,
different styles. I mean, they have between. I think it's kind of like soccer, more broken up between your attack, your midfielders, and your defensemen, and their sticks kind of differ based off where they're on the field a little bit.
Carson Komar is joining us. Well, as I end interviews with everybody, I always say get more goals. So
yes.
Wishing you a lot more goals this season. And, the team's got to be happy. They're in the top 10. That's a good thing. And just get a couple more wins, keep things going.
Yep, no, definitely need to get the offense going here. Like I said, I think we're finally home, have everybody back healthy finally. Have been having a little bit of sickness going around campus and the team. So everyone's healthy and everyone's kind of getting on the same page. And hopefully finish off the season here.
All right, Carson Komar joining us. Thanks so much for doing this.
Thank
and
you.
Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
We'll take a break, be back. More hockey coming up.
This is Barrel Bob, MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. You'll be seeing more of me as the weather warms up. Crews will be working on our roads. That means lanes will be closed for construction and maintenance work on our highways. As you approach a work zone, please don't drive distracted. You need to pay attention. I want you and my friends working on the roads to all get home safely. Remember, buckle up and put down your phone. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
Back at the Jordan Valley Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena, Steve Casson, along with Jake Lauder doing camera work, and our Ice Bears general manager Ryan Armstrong joining me for the second period. Ryan, you were good luck in the first. Ted Cardinale is first on the power play, 1932, and that was kind of a nice one. He roofed it up over the goaltender as he had a lot of room there on the left side, left face-off dot. He's able to put it past goaltender Fisher, Missouri State, with the 1-0 advantage. And, the one thing I notice about Missouri State is they seem to kind of pick it up. They started off just a little timid, a little slow in the first, and all of a sudden things started to pick up for Missouri State. 17-7, they lead on shots, too.
Yeah, I have to believe that Coach Blevins is telling these guys in the locker room between periods, go out, keep the shots on net, and keep your heads. We don't want to get anything to the point of where we find ourselves on the penalty box train. Keep your heads, keep your cool, keep putting shots on net. I mean, Ted had a great shot from pretty high out. Throw them on net, good things happen when you shoot the puck.
Missouri State will skate from the right to the left, and the Lobos of University of Mexico from the left to the right this period. Coming in to take the draw for the Ice Bears will be Adam Brown, and Jared Wanquillo will do the honors for the Lobos, and the Ice Bears had it momentarily off the draw, and it's kicked into the Missouri State zone. But defensively, good play there by Jake Stewart to clear it, and we'll bring it to Brown. Left side, he shoots, gets deflected up and out of play.
You know what just popped through my head?
What?
Dan Lee and you, when you're together, your style of calling the game, whereas he takes the far side of the red line, you take the near side. I'm sorry, I can't fill those shoes.
No. And I wish Dan Lee was here. He's going through the same thing I went through with my mom, and it's just tough, but he's got to take care of family first. And that's kind of what we said in hockey.
That's exactly the motto. You're exactly right, Steve. That's our motto here at Missouri State Hockey.
It's family first, school second, and hockey third, and that's what it is right now. Meanwhile, there's hockey going on here. Tip right, almost a tip in front by Ronquillo. but it missed wide. And now it'll be Ronquillo to give it up again to Shanks in front of his own bench for the Lobos, and he'll send it down in. 19:06 to go in the period. Here is Matthews for Missouri State. Jacob looking for his first point. Jacob across the line, he shoots, it's blocked into the corner. 18:54 to go in the period. And the Ice Bears lead 1-0 on Ted Cardinale's goal. That is his first of the season for him. Puck to the corner, it's out to center ice. Oh, what a great play by Nathan Hendricks, as thinking he was going to have a play all alone was Trujillo.
Yeah, it looks like Hendricks just got a little bobbled up on the puck on his own blue line, ended up with a great recovery, and now we just need to break it out of our own zone. Oh,
Rickards there, he holds it in along the line. Hendricks can't clear. Rickards with the backhander, and Hendricks will intercept and finally say, let's just get things going over to Cardinale, and he does flip it out to center ice. It'll be regrouped by Rickard. Leandro's pass off the side of the boards to Carnes. Carnes down in low. Shanks to Chase. Near side boards. Comes to the point. Cardinale can't clear it, but Komar can. And he'll race for it. And Missouri State has a 2-on-2, but it's broken up. No, held in. Great play. Dobbs. He'll send it down into the near side boards. Hendricks calling for it on the right side. Instead, or the left side that is. Instead it goes to the right to Koch, and he swings it all the way around. Near side with 17:39 to go in the period. Here's Dobbs with a shot. It's blocked in front. Standing out in the middle was Tyler Levette. 6'2", 210. Hard to get a shot past him when he's just standing there. 17:26 left and a 1-0 Ice Bears lead. It's out to Hendricks, and he'll set things up. Work it to Koch. Shoot it in on goal, and it'll be held on by Fisher, but he says, nope, let's keep it going.
He thought about that one for a second.
He did. Puck is cleared out to center, and back into the Missouri State zone where Koch will sweep it off the boards. Dobbs off of him. Now to Lasansky, flipped up into the Missouri State bench, and we'll get a face-off. Should come, I believe.
Probably center ice.
I was going to say center ice because that's where the backhand is. Kind of close, whether it's the face-off dot or center ice, but.
Well, remember, it's the most non-advantageous face-off dot. So if he's just on the other side of the red line, you can't move it forward to the neutral zone. You have to come back a dot. So
true.
And it looks like he almost got Catalano on the bench, too. That was a backhander. I think he was trying to dump it, but a little high. Ice Bears continue play.
And I know you're talking from experience. You've refereed these games. Puck to the corner, and a shot by Gray is patted out. Gray again with a shot that misses high and wide. Although sometimes I catch you on a couple of rules. Sometimes.
Sure. No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, referees are human, and I know everybody likes to give them a hard time, but they're human too, and we're just doing the best job we can out here. We have a great crew of ACHA certified officials based out of the St. Louis area that come and do all of our games, Division III and Division I, and they're a great crew to work with.
Play is still in the Lobos zone, and it's cleared by Isaac Dunwoody, who had a great break earlier. Now we get a whistle for the icing and a stoppage in play. 16:21 to go the period. Face off back in the Lobos zone. Okay, I have to ask.
Uh-oh.
Did you call your mom and say, hey, Mom, I'm on the air?
No, I have not. I'm not sure what she's doing out in Las Vegas. I'm almost 100% positive, though, that it's a little warmer than it is in Springfield.
Oh.
The last couple days in Springfield, Missouri, and Central America, it has been kind of chilly, and I think we're supposed to possibly get snow on Sunday and Monday. So.
That's what I hear. Now we get a play coming in, and offside was Dunwoody as he was tangled up with an Ice Bear in front, I believe. That was Jake Stewart, and it was sent offside. Fakes off will come outside the zone. I'll tell you what. Can we just take Missouri State University and move it to Vegas?
Well, they do have a hockey team out there, so I'm sure that the University of Nevada, Las Vegas would have something to say about that.
Yeah, they're ranked very high this season, too.
Great facility. They play at the Golden Knights practice facility, and it is a really nice place.
It's pretty nice, too. I'd like to go check out the arena. Oh, a big header in front, as I think that was Nathan Dallas was trying to grab for the puck, and he inadvertently took a header into the boards. He's fine, though. Skates up, now to the far side boards. Jacob Dunwoody tried to get a clearing pass, but the Ice Bears steal it with a drive. Now Dunwoody again, out to center ice, and chased this time by Jacob Matthews, the sophomore out of Columbia, Missouri. Matthews has some room left side, across the line, into the zone. He's double teamed, hit up high. Stays in the zone, chasing it is Sean Sullivan for the Ice Bears out of O'Fallon. Puck cleared up high off the glass and back down in the zone. Good play by Matthews. Right there to tip it was Dunwoody, and he was looking for a break, and Matthews was able to get a stick on it.
You
and
can
keep
tell
it out.
the level of physicality has just jumped up a notch or two, and look for some great scoring opportunities to start right about now.
Still 1-0 in favor of Missouri State. Pass along into the boards to McKinstry. He gets taken out of the play by Hendricks. Now being pushed off the play again, almost at ease for the Ice Bears. Jacob Dunwoody got pushed off, and it is now Ryan Moon who gets hog-tied. We're going to get a penalty. It's going to go against the Lobos. And the Ice Bears, barring any further, will have the power play. It's a holding call.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we were talking about at the beginning of the period, is if we can make sure that we're on the right side and we're not in the box, this is the time right now in the period. You can tell the energy level has increased a little bit over the last 2-3 minutes after a couple big hits. This is the time when Ice Bears need to be smart.
Well, their best scorer right now, Jared Ronquillo, is in the penalty box. 15 goals, 7 assists, but he's not going to do much here as he's got to sit for another 154. Power play for the Ice Bears. They lead 1-0. They lead in shots 20-8. Rita, crisscross with Cardinale. Over to the left side, trying to get Dobbs off of his stick. Koch crisscrosses. Now Koch left side. Left face-off dot. Koch still with it. He shoots, tipped in front, and it was deflected up and out of play. And right there on the doorstep was Rita looking for goal number 5, and it's deflected out. 1:31 remaining in the power play for Missouri State. .14:01 to go in the period. Face off in the Lobos zone. One and immediately cleared on a bounce all the way down.
You know, Steve, as a goaltender, what Graham Nave just stopped there on net, that's got to make you a little nervous. Those bouncing pucks right at the top of the crease, those are the ones that make you pay attention.
In the first period, he had to make that save, and that was a tough one. Meanwhile, the Ice Bears have it. Coming in is Rita. It gets deflected. Now the goaltender, Fisher, is pushing a man out of the way for the Ice Bears. That's Komar, and right off the shot, it stopped as it comes out of play. And
71 for the Lobos right there. Just an absolute great block. That's exactly why we have a stoppage. He put his body on the line. That was a really good shot for the Ice Bears, and the Lobos just doing everything they can to help their goalie out. Ice Bears 21 shots to the Lobos 8. 104 left in this power play. Let's see if we can get going.
Yeah, Jared Carnes was the one that got his body in front. Meanwhile, puck is cleared back into the Missouri State zone, and Nave will stop it there. During this showcase, we will talk to Graham Nave. A couple of other players we'll talk to is Mitchell Doley. Do that in the second period. Graham Nave tomorrow. Same with Justin Koch. 42 seconds to go in the period. Excuse me, in the power play. Not in the period. It's not a fast one. It's not that fast. Here is Gray. Drop down in low. I got kind of a statistic for you coming up here in a second when we get a stoppage.
You know I'm a stats fan. You know I like that stuff.
Well, you'll like it's pretty. This one's pretty interesting. Gray gets pushed down, but he still keeps it in. Here's Kuzo. He shoots, just missed wide to the left. Gray picks it up right. Off of his stick, but it's Brown to keep it in play. Gets it down in low, working it is Moon. Over to Kuzo with a drive. Save, rebound. It is cleared out to center. Gray will pick it up as we get a 5-on-5 now. Power play is over. So I mentioned Gray, right? So in the game against Ole Miss, Gray had every single penalty, and he also served the too many men penalty. Cleared all the way down, no icing. So that's kind of a stat you really don't want to be happy about, but it happened. Here is Rickert. Drive and a save. It went off the pad and just nicked the outside of the post. I think I heard that one too. And it's cleared with a high stick, but out to center. It's good and sent right back in. So Nave made the save, but as it skittered past his pad, it hit the outside of the post. Doley will tip it in. That's the guy we'll talk to at the second period intermission. Well, make that 11:40 to go in the period, and a 1-0 lead for the Ice Bears. Across the line into the Missouri State zone, racing is McKinstry. He's cut off behind the net. That is Stewart doing the cutting off, but the Ice Bears will intercept and bring it out to center ice to Lasansky. 1-on-1. Lasansky with Colehurst, but it's broken up from him. Now a couple of players tangle up.
There's that physicality. That's the physicality level just rising and rising. We need to make sure we stay smart now.
Exactly. Well, I don't want to jinx it, but Missouri State's only had one infraction. Puck, guess who got it? Puck is cleared out to center, and it's sent back in, and the Ice Bears will direct traffic. Does Nave, because it's Dunwoody behind the net. Matthews to intercept. 11:49 to go in the period. Komar looking for his, or Catalano that is, looking for his first goal, taken away from him. Now it's John Kelly. Drops it for a cycling Zumagala, and Zumagala's pass intercepted by Lasansky. It's out to center to Doley, who will tip it in, and the Ice Bears desperately want a line change, and they're going to get that. 10.5 to go in the second period. 1-0 Missouri State. 1932, a power play goal. Cardinelli with his first, Komar with the assist, and that's been it so far. Ice Bears have it with Tyler Ott. Right side, Ott steps around a man, gets behind the net, looking out in front, left side, he shoots, it's blocked in front. And the Lobos couldn't find it, they finally do clear it, tipped, and here come the Ice Bears back of their own zone, played with a high stick. Face-off will stay in the zone. 9:57 to go in the period, and Missouri State with a 1-0 lead.
You know, you're talking about Gray there. Known that family from Afton, St. Louis, Afton, the South County area in St. Louis for a long time. Just an absolute great family from, everybody from mom to dad, little brother, little sister, everybody. That's an absolute great family there.
Off the draw, the Ice Bears bring in a 3-on, make that a 2-on-3 actually. Now it's a 3-on-3. Develops as everyone gets into the zone. Hendricks will go to the left side, shot in front, and a save. Good save there through some traffic by Fisher. Kicked up and held in by the Ice Bears at the half board. Still a battle for it. Kicking it through his skates is Sullivan. And moved to the near side boards to Chance Shanks. 9 goals, 12 assists for Shanks this season. His best season, 13 goals, 36 assists. That was last year. 49 points for Shanks. Now it's Moon to intercept. He gets a shot off that's partially blocked. Carnes lost his stick, and the puck gets flipped up and out of play.
Yeah,
so
that's off a Lobos player, so we're going to stay right there at the neutral zone dot.
9:03 to go in the period.
Ooh, one of my favorite Christmas songs playing in the background.
Is a thing.
I don't know why I always think of Christmas Vacation.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I always think of the Brady Bunch, and when they went
the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, they did that song when
you're dating yourself. That's a little before I was around for all that.
I watched the whatever that TV My TV or whatever.
Oh yeah. Okay, Me TV.
Me TV.
Yeah. Yep. I know
exactly. I'm only 20. Shut up. Shot misses wide. 8:44 to go in the period. And it's finally held in. And now cleared by the Ice Bears inadvertently. Brown had it, and he's able to move it up. Not that far. 8:28 to go. Lobos intercept. Bouncing puck to Dunwoody. Now across the line to McKinstry. Has some room behind the net. McKinstry forgot the puck, and the Ice Bears will move at the same pace. Rita had it intercepted. Ronquillo with a drive in, and it's blocked. And finally cleared out to center ice. Now we got a couple of players, Christian Kuzo and Jacob Dunwoody. They're kind of jawing, but everything's all right. No, they're not. I mean, it's not all right, as they both just hit each other again behind the Missouri State net. And now we get a whistle, and we're going to get Gray and Ronquillo. They muck it up in the corner. Now, I have to believe that's a Missouri State penalty initially. The whistle blew before the play even stopped.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're probably going to be taking both of those guys off the ice for some coincidentals here. Looks like Rita is going at it with somebody else. He needs to really calm it down.
Well, and they just...
Nope, yep, they're putting those guys in there too.
So Shanks is going to go. Does Rita go too? Yep. So Shanks, Ronquillo, Rita, and Gray. So if they're all minors, then they should cancel out.
Yeah, I'm just not sure what they're going to do with that Rita and Shanks at the end there. Whenever you have any sort of altercations after an original, sometimes
it's not coincidental.
Exactly that. Either that or the referees take a game misconduct into consideration, or possible 10s. So we will definitely wait to see what public address announcer down in the box has got for us. But right now we've got 2 minutes up on the board against Missouri State for Gray.
So that's the initial penalty. So no, we're going to get coincidentals.
So we're going to stay fours, and then I believe, if I had to guess, I wouldn't be surprised if two of the four, one pair out of the two pairs, one of those pairs got 10-minute misconducts along with them. I would not be surprised, but we can definitely wait to see what he calls.
Well, I bet you what they're going to do is they're going to call coincidentals on the clock, which we see.
Correct.
Which is Ronquillo and Gray, and the other two that he's going to just even out.
Yeah, this is that frustration level. We've just got to make sure that both teams keep a level head and really keep this a close hockey game, for both teams' sakes.
We'll wait to hear from Kevin Thurl, the public address announcer, but meanwhile, it is the Lobos at center, poked away from them by Komar, and sent all the way in on goal by Tristan Collier, and it's held on to by Graham Nave. And we'll see if I can get a look at it.
Yeah, it was right there in the corner, and it's a tough angle to get to. And I personally missed it, but as a referee, you always see the second one, right?
So Gray got obstruction, Ronquillo got roughing, Rita got unsportsmanlike conduct. Let's catch the
State
call.
number 7, Nick Gray, to New Mexico number 17, Jared Ronquillo, both 2 minutes for roughing, both 2-minute minors for roughing. To Missouri State number 19, Christopher Rita, and to New Mexico number 95, Chance Shanks, both 10-minute misconducts. Time of the penalties at 12:08 of the second period.
Right out in front, the Ice Bears score. It's Ethan Dobbs. Dobbs gets the rebound goal, and Missouri State has a 2-0 lead. And Ryan, you were right about that. Those 10-minute misconducts were added, but the Ice Bears have a 2-0 advantage as they score on the rebound.
Well, you know who else was right is the Mighty Ducks. Talk about picking up the trash in front of that. That was a great rebound look for Dabbs there. Put it right in the back of the net. Can't ask for anything more elementary than that. And gosh, that's a big goal for the Ice Bears right now.
Yeah, we just missed it. We'll have to look at that again here. We'll catch the call in just a second. But the Ice Bears have a 2-0 lead. And it is
Missouri State goal scored by number 9, Ethan Dabbs. Assisted by number 21, Nathan Hendricks. And by number 10, Justin Koch. Time of the goal at 12:47 of the second period. Scored by number 9, assisted by number 21 and number 10. That's a Missouri State.
So Dobbs gets his first goal of the season, and when we get the next stoppage and play, we'll take a look at it this time. But the Ice Bears have a 2-0 lead in what has turned out to be a very good game here. That's a 4-on-4 goal, by the way.
Correct. That's not a power play or a shorthander right there.
So the Ice Bears working with a 2-0 lead, which, for some teams, that's a good thing, but in hockey, that's usually a tough thing to have a 2-0 lead. We're 3 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4, and it has been cleared. And we need to update the penalties as far as how that goes because of the 10-minute misconduct that was added. So 3 penalties, 14 minutes for the Ice Bears. And already 5 penalties, 18 minutes for the Lobos. Now 5:26 to go in the period. Shot score from an odd angle.
Catalano just absolutely picked that one. Top right corner, right over the blocker. Absolutely great shot.
Guys that are getting their first goals of the season includes Christian Catalano, and he gets his first goal of the season for Missouri State.
Yeah, that was a great play. Just came right off the top of the circle. Picked that corner. That looked absolutely great.
Huge play for the Ice Bears. And again, we'll see if we can get a look at this one here. As Missouri State now is able to make it a 3-0 lead. Let's take a look at it here. This is where he just picks the upper corner. And now, as we go back to live action, we're going to get another penalty.
Yeah, we've got an Ice Bear in the box. That looks like a board. Just kind of a vulnerable position. And, these are the small things. That's Lasansky, I believe, going to the box for a 2-minute boarding or a check from behind. I'm not sure exactly which one. I couldn't tell which symbol he made. But Ice Bears find themselves on the penalty kill now. 5:07, second period. Puck's back in Ice Bears zone to the left of goaltender Graham Nave. I take that back. To the right, I'm sorry. Wrong referee.
So Missouri State with the first goal by Cardinelli on the power play at 19:32 of the second. 12:47, Dobbs, his first, and then Catalano.
Missouri State goal scored by number 20, Christian Catalano.
Yep, we're going to have another penalty here against the Lobos.
Assisted by number 47, Mitchell Doley. Time of the game at 16:36 of the second period. Scored by number 20, assisted by number 47. That's a Missouri State.
So 16:37, the time of the goal. Catalano from Doley. And
so we've got a hooking penalty against the Lobos.
McKinstry will go.
Looks like with 1:42 left on the Ice Bears penalty, fresh 2 minutes for the Lobos. We're going to be 4-on-4 for the next minute 42. Yep. Ice Bears will have about 20 seconds, 18 seconds worth of power play time. But again, we've got to play this game 5-on-5. These guys do not want to play 4-on-4 or 5-on-3 or 5-on-4.
And that's the thing. You were talking about it earlier. It's starting to get a little, as we get an icing here, it was starting to get a little rough. You had mentioned it before. Things are starting to pick it up.
42, Evan Lasansky. 2 minutes for checking from behind at 14:53 of the second period. A 2-minute minor for checking from behind. To New Mexico number 90, Garrett McKinstry. 2 minutes for hooking at 15:11 of the second period. A 2-minute minor for hooking.
So now is making a save is Fisher. 4:32 to go in the second period. Shots 26-11 in favor of Missouri State, who has a 3-0 lead. Lasansky has 1:25 left in his penalty. McKinstry has 1:41, and the Ice Bears do not have possession yet. Back behind the Lobos net. Ronquillo out of the penalty box. Near side to Rickert. Past him, and it's out to center. Hendricks tips it up ahead, gets it into the corner now, working it to Ott. He falls down but gets it over to Koch, drive in, blocked. 4:03 to go in the period. Bouncing puck, held in, kicked ahead by Hendricks. 4-on-4 now, puck down in low, but the only thing that the difference in penalty time is going to affect is, of course, stats. Barring any further penalties, the Ice Bears will have a very short power play to work with. They are 1 for 3 right now on the power play. Puck cleared out to center. Across the Missouri State line. Ronquillo shot in and a save. And that's a difficult shot. As he gets the shot off, it went actually off the stick of Koch. And Graham Nave was able to make the save.
Yeah, you talk about the penalty minutes and how it's it is a big effect on the game. I mean, these coaches set up 5-person lines, 3 set forward or a 2-pair D. They set these combinations for a reason, so when there's a team on a power play or a penalty kill, it does disrupt the flow of a team. And trust me, everybody wants 5-on-5, but sometimes your emotions just get the best of you, or you get put in a compromising position.
Sullivan brings it out. And Aaron Daniger on now. AJ. Shot in. Daniger missed it as he looked for the return pass. Right side. Worked down in by Jake Stewart.
Ice Bears now on the power play.
Yep, for an 18 seconds. This is power play number 4. Puck cleared into the Missouri State zone, though. Racing hard is Carnes. Jared working it. The freshman out of Los Alamos, actually. Los Alamitos is in California.
I was going to say, that's coming from a California guy, too.
Yeah.
Now we're back at 5-on-5.
Out of the box is Lasansky, and now we get a whistle for
that's a trip.
Tripping call.
You know, and as much as I appreciate everything the referees are doing and I appreciate the job they do, I'm going to have to be on the New Mexico side on that one. That might have been a little bit of a missed one by the referees and kind of a questionable tripping call. So 71 again in the box for the Lobos, again shorthanded with 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Kind of find ourselves in the same situation as last period. This has the potential to get some great momentum.
Power play number 5 for Missouri State. They lead 3-0 on the power play. 3 for 17, 17.7%. New Mexico on the penalty kill, 8 for 53, 84.9%. Here comes Cope, high slot. To Ted Cardinale, right side. They crisscross. Cardinale shot, score! That is his second goal of the game, second of the season. First power play goal, second power play goal for Missouri State, and the Ice Bears have a 4-0 lead.
You know, when you're on, you're on. It looks like Ted Cardinale's on right now, and he's finding the back of the net. So, great way to capitalize on that power play. However it was taken, it was a power play, and the Ice Bears are going to capitalize on it. 2:20 left in the second period. That is a great way to keep things going. 4-0 now.
Ice Bears on their 27th shot. Take a 4-0 lead. 3 goals here in the second period.
Missouri State goal scored on the power play, his second of the game. Number 90, Ted Cardinale. Assisted by number 9, Ethan Dabbs. Time of the goal at 17:40 of the second period. Scored on the power play by number 90. Assisted by number 9. That's a Missouri State Ice Bears.
So the Ice Bears.
Ooh, that took a crazy bounce off the backboards. Just hit right at the top of the boards where the glass starts at the bottom, and it went straight up over the back of goaltender Graham Nave's head.
Yeah, you kind of hate that as a goaltender when you don't know where it is. Christian Kuzo is able to make a tip out to center, and it's sent right back in by the Lobos. 2:09 to go in the period. Coming up at the second period intermission, we'll have a talk with Mitchell Doley. Puck cleared into the Lobo zone. So I have the knack of my interview guests end up scoring during games. So, and usually it's after they're interviewed. So if that continues on, Mitchell might get a goal next period.
You know, I'm sure he'll be. I'm sure he knows that stat too. You know, we like to. You like to spread your stats around pretty good, and you know I'm a stat dork too. So I love hearing it, and you know I know the guys play into that stuff too. They understand. It does something to them mentally, so I expect a great rest of the game from Mitchell.
Brown with a shot, save, rebound. Oh, what a save!
I think that was Ryan Moon.
Ryan Moon got the rebound, and sprawling on the ground was the goaltender Fisher to make the save, and he saves what could have been an absolute sure goal. But you know what? In that situation, you've got to tell the player that you have to get it up.
Well, sure. I mean, it's a diving goalie situation, and he didn't pick his head up. The goalie was right there, and he grabbed that one right on the ice. Great backdoor save.
Take a look at it here as there's the great opportunity and an even better save.
I think the referees are going over to each bench right now and letting them know what time the 10s are coming out. That was the reason for the small delay here, and with 44 seconds, face off in the Lobos' end.
It is 1, and Lobos with possession. near side boards. Matthews is there. Can he hold it in? Yes. He'll come down in low, right out in front, and it's tipped up high. Pass Stewart, cleared out to center, but coming back is Moon, and he'll work it out to center. Now with 22 seconds to go. Across the line, into the zone is Matthews, breaks free. Matthews up the middle. Here's a blast. Score by Sean Sullivan. That's Sullivan's second goal of the season, and boy.
Oh, was that one teed up for him nicely, and he knew exactly where he wanted it to go. That was beautiful. That's a highlight reel for Sully. Couldn't be any more perfectly placed. 16 seconds. Sorry about that. 16 seconds left in the period, and the Ice Bears visibly have the momentum. This is something that Coach Blevins has been preaching all year. So
we'll take a look at it here, as he just had a lot of room to blast it past their goaltender and in, and Missouri State with a 5-0 lead.
Scored by number 25, Sean Sullivan. Assisted by number 71, Jacob Matthews. Time of the goal at 19:44 of the second period. Scored by number 25, assisted by number 71. That's a Missouri State Ice Bears goal!
So Sullivan will get it as we get the stoppage in play here.
You know what I'm going to go do now?
What are you going to go do now?
I'm going to go remind Kevin that even though our Andy signs are indisposed at the moment, that's 5 goals. That's Andy's $1 Sunday for everybody in attendance tomorrow.
That's always a nice
That's
thing.
Exactly what that is. So, hey, Steve, how about we catch back up in 15 minutes? I'm going to take a break.
All right, we can do
that.
that.
We got Mitchell Doley on, right?
Yeah, we talked to Mitchell Doley. And
great kid.
Yeah, he is actually a very intelligent kid, by the way. So we'll talk to him here in just a second. We'll see if we can take one quick look at that last goal and kind of see how that materialized. What a great shot. Huge shot for Missouri State. And the Ice Bears have a 5-0 lead as we head into the third period. We'll take a break, and when we come back, Mitchell Doley will be our guest right here on Web Sports Radio. Game 3 of the Route 66 Showcase from Springfield, Missouri.
Hey, Missouri! Barrel Bob here. I'm MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. I see a lot of distracted drivers in work zones not paying attention to the road. Distracted driving is the #1 cause of crashes. The average text takes 5 seconds to read. At 55 miles per hour, you could travel the length of a football field blindfolded. Don't take the chance. I want you and my friends working on the roads to get home safely. Please buckle up and put your phone down. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
Back at Jordan Valley Ice Park, Stan Melton, Ice Arena, Steve Casson now talking with the senior of Missouri State, Mitchell Doley, out of St. Louis, Missouri. And Mitchell, you lead the team, 6 points, 4 goals, 2 assists.
Yeah,
right
not
now.
too bad, huh? Not too bad.
Must be nice to be able to say you're a team leader. That's always good.
We're trying, yeah. I mean, the past couple games, we've been playing a lot of good hockey, but overall, we still have not. I don't think I've played our best yet. So we're hoping to go into this weekend and.
And that's the big key, because the team hasn't been at home. You were supposed to be. There was a couple of games that got canceled, but being on the road right now, I know it's going to be a little tough. But rankings have come out, so I guess that's kind of energized the players.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely playing on the road for the majority of the first 8 games is always tough for a team. Still trying to find their identity a little bit, but we brought out a couple good wins and honestly, we played really good hockey for being on the road a lot, so hopefully we're just trying to, carry that over to some home ice here this month and continue playing some good puck.
So you've had a chance to be with this team for a while. Your thoughts on Missouri State hockey?
My thoughts, it's just a continuing growing program, constantly just enrollment-wise, and this school's constantly building too, not just hockey, but in general, just everything is on the up, and this hockey program, it continues to not only impress me, but it constantly impresses everybody in Springfield area. So I think going forward, it's going to continue going up, and it's just a fun atmosphere here when you come to Jordan Valley Ice Park.
This is a team that has made it to nationals before. They've gone through regionals, and so they've experienced what they need to experience as far as getting to that, quote, big show. What's the attitude of the players? They want to get back to that, I assume?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, that's the overall goal at the current moment. But then again, you can't look that too far into the future. Obviously, that's the overall goal. But right now, it's just one game at a time. You know, we're coming off of two tough losses against Ole Miss. So I think just we're really focusing on this weekend. You know, hopefully we're going to come out of here 3-0. But, you know, we got to take it one game at a time and really just continue to progress as in building the team chemistry. You know, we got a couple of players back that were hurt last weekend. So we're just going to continue going to get better. And overall, we're trying to win one game at a time.
10 seniors on the team, so literally half of this team is going to go after this year. That's got to be tough too, because everyone seems like they've gelled and all of a sudden it's gone.
Yeah, that's always a tough. I mean, obviously, coming off of last year, we knew we were going to get a lot of returning seniors. So again, that chemistry is still there, but again, with the new recruits, a couple freshmen that have really stepped up for us so far. You know, we know our time is this year, and we're really pushing the envelope now, especially on this home ice, and definitely looking to get a couple wins here in a row.
Mitchell Doley is joining us, the senior from St. Louis, Missouri, averaging .67 points per game. Not too bad. That's, of course, early on in the season, but do you remember your first hockey goal?
Yeah, my first hockey goal in general. My very first one.
We'll go with two. The very first one and the first one with Missouri State.
Okay, the first one with Missouri State was here at home. We were playing Nebraska. It wasn't too hot of a game, but it was 5-0, and I scored to make it 5-1, which in the rankings that's a big deal. It doesn't count as a mercy. So in general, even though we lost, it still was a big goal. So that was my first goal for Missouri State. And first goal in general, I played a lot of defense in my day back when I was a kid, so I imagine just a shot from the point, just had eyes and found the way back in the net. So a couple of those, you know.
And then your first hockey goal ever, do you remember that?
Yeah. First hockey goal ever, you know, it's tough, Steve. I really can't recall. Obviously, I have a couple good memories of playing club hockey growing up, a couple good goals, a couple worthy goals that, you know, you get to keep the puck. You know, that's always nice. But first ever goal, man, you're going to have to ask my parents on that one because I don't remember that one.
Mitchell Doley joining us. Speaking of that, do you have siblings?
I do. I have one younger brother. He's in college at Denver University.
Does he play hockey?
He does not. So
when you were growing up, did you guys play hockey at all?
Absolutely not. We're kind of two different sides of the spectrum. I was kind of the sports guy, but he was more of the smart guy. You know, he kind of did better than me in school for sure. But he definitely played soccer with me growing up. I mean, that was always a good thing to connect him with. So you know, he's doing great things at Denver. He's in the theater program there, so he's having a lot of fun with that.
I was just going to say, it seemed like maybe an artsy kind of person.
Yeah, not too artsy, but definitely he enjoyed the theater. He does a great job at it. He's doing that at Denver, and he's just enjoying it. So kind of, you know, two different sides, but still, you know, loving each other and pushing each other to do the best we can.
That's always a good thing. When did you first get interested in hockey?
So my parents taped really skates on my feet when I was 4 years old, and they kind of just threw me out there with. There's a picture of me somewhere with just all kinds of protection on my elbows, had a red helmet, and they just kind of said, learn how to skate, sent me to learn to skate. And really, not until I got, probably the middle school was when I kind of realized, like, you know, I'm not too bad at this. And you know, I've always played sports growing up, but hockey just, you know, out of the friend group, I was really the only one that played hockey. You know, so all of them played football, but I was playing hockey. So I kind of took that on, and you know, growing up, I just fell in love with the game, and still just thankful to be playing it still, you know, when you're 22 years old.
Mitchell Doley is joining us of the Missouri State Ice Bears, who does play in Springfield. As I mentioned, from St. Louis, but I'll tell you right now, you've got that Eastern kind of accent going on. Did you play or grow up or do anything in the East?
No, absolutely not. Just from St. Louis, born and raised.
Wow, you've got a little bit going on. If somebody said, yeah, he probably grew up on Long Island, I'd say, yeah, he probably did.
I take that as a compliment.
Definitely. So what do you want to be when you grow up?
So I'm going to school to be an elementary teacher.
Good for you.
So I'm going to be an elementary ed teacher, hopefully, if school keeps going right. And then I think the overall goal is obviously to kind of, give back, maybe coach when I grow up a little bit. And I think, if teaching turns out well, hopefully I can maybe be a principal one day or something like that. So
why elementary? You want to start at the bottom, or?
I've really connected well throughout school with elementary kids, and growing up, you get a good, firm idea of there's not a lot of guys as elementary teachers, so that makes us kind of more valuable as quote unquote. So kind of getting a job right after college is kind of the big idea to be elementary.
I see. So there's a method to your madness
as
far as you're valuable, you're needed, and
so to speak. Yeah.
There you go, and then you can move on through that.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm really excited. I mean, substituting right now, about to start student teaching, so. School's been great, and overall, just super excited.
Now you're doing that here in Springfield, right?
I'm going to be going back to St. Louis to student teach and work. Yeah.
Okay. So I was going to say, so you probably will end up a job there in St. Louis.
I imagine so. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Talking to Mitchell Doley of the Missouri State Ice Bears. So Springfield has just kind of been your quick stop for 3-4 years.
Yeah. So I started at Fontbonne, actually. Fontbonne University. It's in Clayton, Missouri, in St. Louis, and I played soccer there for 2 years, and I liked it, enjoyed the people, but just finally kind of slowly grew away from the love a little bit. So now I was like, I want to get some good college experience a little bit, and I came here to Missouri State, and I saw that they had a club soccer team, and I was like, maybe try out for that and see how that's going on. Turns out it wasn't as much as I thought it would be. However, Sarah Sabo, I played high school hockey with her, and she was like, you should just come out at semester and try out for our team. And I was like, well, it couldn't hurt. And next thing you know, they apparently lost some few guys at semester, and they said, Coach Blevins just basically was like, yeah, we're going to take you. And that's been here since.
Mitchell Doley is joining us, the Missouri State Ice Bears. Who is your favorite NHL team?
My favorite NHL team has always been the Blues, through all the heartbreak and stuff. But I'm also a big fan of those New York Rangers.
See, I knew there was a New York in there
I guess
somewhere,
so.
I wish you would have said the Islanders, man. I'll tell you what, because that's my team.
Yeah,
the Islanders are one of my teams. Well, I have three teams. I have L.A., and, of course, St. Louis and the Islanders. The Islanders have been one of my favorite teams for years.
They're doing pretty well this year, too.
Right now they are. I mean, of course, as of today, they lost yesterday.
They lost a tough one to Pittsburgh.
In overtime.
Yeah.
So technically they're undefeated technically in 11 games. But, yeah, their 10-game winning streak is gone. But, that's okay. They're doing well. It's much better than what everyone thought. It's kind of like the Blues. Everyone kind of thought the Blues would do something last year, and they waited until January 3rd to kind of get
very weird how they decided to turn it on there at January. But so the Islanders have been decent the past couple of years. Yeah, so I think they're on the up too. So you got a good team there.
Definitely. So you're doing the teaching. You kind of got that. Do you anticipate what you're going to do the very first moment you get out as an official teacher? Have you ever thought of what you're going to do?
Oh man, I don't know. I think the most exciting thing is just to see the classroom I get. I think definitely when you walk in that door, you get the key to that door, and you're kind of like, this is mine, and you kind of add your spiel to it. You get to decorate how you want it. You get to add certain elements to it that make it great for the kids. So I think that's where I'm just kind of take my breath away a little bit and be excited and have all these ideas going throughout my head on what I want to do with the kids in the classroom.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of hockey stuff up in there.
Might have a little bit.
And now, what are you going to do if one day there's an afternoon Blues game? And sometimes, I don't know if the Blues do it anymore, but they have like an afternoon game where you can bring the kids.
Oh.
So are you going to take your class out and bring them to a hockey game?
If my bosses allow me to, if I have some chaperones, too, to help me out with those kids, I think it would be a fun day for everybody to maybe take off work a little bit and go to the Blues game. I think if not, though, if they definitely have like an early game, like around 2 o'clock, maybe right before school's let out, I'm going to turn that Blues game on the projector screen and watch it to end the day.
They still have projector screens? They don't have big screen 55 inches now?
Could you imagine? Some schools do, so either the smart board or the projector. Either way, we're going to make it work, I think.
Mitchell Doley joining us. Well, as I end the interviews all the time, I always wish players more goals. Of course, I'm wishing the team more goals, but definitely you too. And throw some more on. This team's going to they're going to down the stretch need some more goals. Obviously, it's been kind of tough right now coming into this series. You guys have scored less than 20, only 19 goals coming into this series.
Yeah, it's the first 8 games. We really haven't had the easiest of road games. We've played a lot of good teams, and a couple big tough series. The series against Nebraska was definitely huge to pull that one out. It says it's an overtime, but we count that as a win. Honestly, it helped. Like I said, the Ole Miss series, it was 2 1-goal losses. We played good hockey, and just going forward, I think our top goal scorers will start clicking. I think we can use this weekend to maybe, because all you need is one, just find the back of the net, and then you start rolling. So I'm glad that going forward, I've leading the team in points a little bit. Got 4 goals on the season, so we're trying to keep pushing the envelope there. But overall, we're just got to block shots on the penalty kill. Got to keep leading the team as an assistant captain, and these guys are good hockey players. They're going to find a way to constantly put the puck in that here going forward. And I think going forward, we're going to be playing better hockey. Definitely more physical, more shots on goal. We have great goaltending, and overall, I think going forward we're going to be playing better.
Mitchell Doley is our guest. I'm going to ask you one last question since you kind of mentioned a couple of things. Who's the MVP of this club right now?
MVP's got to be Graham Nave, our goalie. It's his net this year. We got a couple good guys behind him too that can always fill in. But Graham, this is his net. This is his team as well. He's been in this program for almost the same.
Seems like forever.
Forever, yeah. He's done so much for this organization, and honestly, it's his net. And when he makes a big save, we feed off that. And honestly, in the locker room, when maybe we're not getting the bounces, so to speak, but we see him standing on his head. We definitely rally behind him, and we just try to play out there for him.
Mitchell Doley is joining us. Thanks so much for doing this. Appreciate it. And good luck. More goals.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks so much. We'll be back. More hockey coming up in a moment.
Hey, Springfield, are you ready for some hockey?
Here's Barrett.
Left side with the beeline on over to O'Brien. Back to Barrett. Score!
Steve Casson here, voice of your Missouri State Ice Bears. Join us at Jordan Valley Ice Park in downtown Springfield for this year's excitement.
This is head coach Jeremy Law. The Bears are back for another season, so check out our schedule at MissouriStateHockey.com and get your tickets now.
Here come the Ice Bears. Turin with Bell catching up. Turin shoots. Score! Oh, baby! Back at Jordan Valley Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena, Steve Casson, Brian Armstrong joining us, and our cameraman, Jake Lauder.
Oh, man, I love hearing that. Oh, baby.
Right?
Oh, that's just a great little bit.
That's Dan Lee, that last part. It's really funny. So the beginning is Dan Lee, and the end is Dan Lee.
Full circle. Dan, if you're listening, we miss you out there, man.
Absolutely.
Hope all the best, and if you ever want to come back to the Ice Bear family, you're more than welcome. We would love to have you out here.
Oh, he does want to come back.
Good,
that is for sure. He'll be back.
Good.
It might take a while, but he'll be back. 5-0 lead for Missouri State as we start the third period. Missed shots in the second period. 7 on Graham Nave, 2-period total of 14, and 9 on Sam Fisher. No, that's not correct. That is 11 on Sam Fisher for a 2-period total of 28. Power plays, Missouri State is 2 for 5 because of a couple of small ones that got tangled up in there. But Cardinale with 2, Dobbs, Catalano, and Sullivan. And that's where we stand right now.
This is only game 3 of this showcase. We've got 6 more. So if you like what you see out here, if you're liking the broadcast, or if you just want to simply kind of scout some other teams that the Ice Bears will play or may not play during the year, take a look. Check us out on Web Sports Radio right here. Go back and watch them on YouTube. Tomorrow's 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock game will be on Web Sports Radio as well. And then the 7 o'clock game where Missouri State Ice Bears play again.
Yeah, our next broadcast will be Washington University St. Louis versus University of Kansas. That's 1 o'clock tomorrow. Now keep in mind, tomorrow's broadcast at the 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock will be video only, won't have any play-by-play. The Ice Bears game will be the play-by-play, as we will do that again tomorrow night and on Sunday afternoon. unless somebody wants to come down and do it, you can come on down.
Every game will be broadcast,
That's right.
brought to you by Missouri State Hockey and Web Sports Radio.
For sure. We are underway here in the third period. Missouri State skating from the left to the right, and the University of New Mexico Lobos from the right to the left. Ice Bears steal it. Lasansky, he'll drop down in low, up the middle, and being boxed out nicely was Mitchell Doley. Good play by the defenseman there, and it is the Lobos with possession. They're going to work it to Ronquillo. His pass behind the back of McKinstry, and Lasansky will shove it into the Lobos' end of the ice. Flipped off the boards. The Ice Bears, the line change, but the Lobos were slow to get it sent out. And with 19 minutes to go in the period, it is Lasansky to tip it up to himself. Gets it in on a bouncer and a save by the goaltender Fisher. Comes behind the net and right into Fisher's glove, and he'll hold on with 18:50 to go in the period. And a 5-0 lead for Missouri State. Let's update the period for you. We are in the third period.
You know, speaking of the Lobos, haven't had a chance to say this yet, but I absolutely love their jerseys and love their logo and their mascot. I think that is the coolest thing ever. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Bearhead's great, but that is just a fierce-looking logo. It's something to be proud of for sure.
I need to look up what a Lobo is before I say what I think it is.
I have no idea. You know what?
It's kind of like a Canuck.
While you're doing that, I'll look it up real quick.
All right.
I'll give you a small definition.
18:32 to go in the period. Puck cleared out. Gray will have it. Chasing him is John Kelly. And back in the Lobo zone is Leandro Rickard. 6 goals, 4 assists out of Miskolc, Hungary is where it says Rickard is from.
A Lobo. In southwestern U.S. and Mexico, it is a southwestern timber wolf.
Oh, okay, good. I was thinking it was like a bandit or something like that. I'm glad you figured that out. So it is a wolf. 18:03 to go in the period.
Thank you, Google.
Yeah, for sure. What would we do without Google?
Oh, man, I don't know.
Well, we sure wouldn't have what we have right now. I mean, you can look at everything on Google.
You talk about Google, you talk about technology. I mean, look at this broadcast. Look where we started years ago, and now we've got replay. I mean, you know, I like to brag on you, Steve. This Web Sports Radio is a luxury that more and more ACHA teams are having. But I'm happy to say that we were definitely a front runner and continue to improve it every year.
Yeah, I remember back in 2004 when we did audio, and then 2005 we switched to video, and no one was doing that. Puck is cleared all the way down for an icing in the Lobo zone.
Now we've got high-def camera, 4K, replay. You know, it's just, you know, we got Louder up there on the camera. He's just rocking it.
Oh, yeah. Doing a great job. And it's a blast for sure. 17:43 to go in the third period here on day one. And it has been interesting scores. So it's been a 13-2 game. That was the first game of the showcase. As coming in is Matthews. He gets ridden off the play. And that first game of the showcase
it was
Arkansas Wash
U.
And then a 15-2 Kansas over Colorado School of the Mines score. So it's been some big ones. This right now is 5-0 for Missouri State.
Yeah, there's a couple pretty powerful teams in this showcase, and with all the potential for rankings points here against, look at Kansas, ranked 1, correct? No, I'm sorry, Arkansas is ranked 1.
Arkansas is ranked number 1.
I think Kansas might be at 11. And Missouri State at either 5 or 7. I can't.
So I know Kansas is 11, and Missouri State is at 7. And University of New Mexico is ranked 17.
These guys are not holding back. If there's an opportunity to put a goal on the board, they're going to do it.
Stewart gets upended. We're going to get a penalty. Going into the penalty box will be Colehurst. As Stewart raced down the left side, and Colehurst pulls him down. So the Ice Bears on power play number 6. And that is the 24th minute in penalties assessed to the Lobos. That includes the 10-minute misconducts.
Yeah, that's going to be a holding penalty, I believe. Coming down the sideboards, trying to keep him out wide. And just got his arm a little too wrapped around on a defensive play. And Ice Bears find themselves on the power play again. 5-0 lead here. Let's see who's going to be the shooters here for Missouri State. I'm going to guess they try to get it out to Kuzo on the point.
They came in at almost 18% of the power play, but not too bad at 2 for 5, working on number 6. Again, 2 of those penalties were not really full penalties. It was because of the way that the timing was on a couple of the penalties.
Just short of 40%, somewhere around that, or 30, 35 to 40, somewhere around that right now?
Yeah, about 38 or so.
Sure.
Puck moved into the zone, and it was cleared, but a delayed offside. That's what it is. The Ice Bears brought it back in on the delayed offside, but they still gained possession. Kuzo with it, 1:38 to go in it. That is, Dallas will send it in. Gets it over to Adam Brown. Now back to Nathan Dallas, over to Moon, down in low. Working the power play on the right side to Kuzo. Breaks free, sends it over to Brown on the near side half boards. Brown still with it, up high to Kuzo. Work it to the left side to Gray. Off of his stick and not able to hold it is Gray. It's cleared by Ronquillo. Back down into the Missouri State zone. Ice Bears will change. Ted Cardinale comes out. Also does Christopher Rita. They're going to work this power play now. Nathan Dallas is going to go to the bench too. 1:02 remaining. The Ice Bears losing some power play time. Now they finally work it to get everyone that they want on. Send in over to Dobbs. Off of him, but takes a bad bounce. Stays in the zone for Koch to drive it around. Over to Komar. That actually was an advantage for Missouri State. Cardinale with it. Have to check those boards, Ryan.
Yeah, I know.
Where you put up some new advertisement. Here a drive, and what a save as Dobbs got it, and a big save by Fisher. Puck to the left side. We'll get to that point in a second.
Remind me in a second. I got another story about that one.
Here is Koch with it. Right in front, and a tip just missed wide by Rita. Power play now has 23 seconds. Rita down in low, working it behind the net to Komar. Over to Dobbs. Left side, Dobbs over to Cardinale, who's free. He shoots, he hit the outside of the net. Komar with it, picks up the rebound behind the net. Past Rita, but trailing him is Dobbs behind the net. Now Dobbs to Rita, still working it with 4 seconds to go on the power play to Cardinale. He waits, he shoots, and a big save. Moving over was Fisher to block it off. Puck is cleared all the way down. No icing as the power play has expired. Into the Missouri State zone. 30 shots now the Ice Bears have put on the Lobos goaltender, Sam Fisher. Back in their own zone is Collier for the Lobos. Out to center, and a lead pass coming to Tyler Lovett. Intercepted, taken by Cardinale. Now up the middle. Here comes Doley, drive, missing wide. 14 minutes to go in the third period. Lobos will work it as the Ice Bears line change. Lobos have some numbers. They bring it across the line. Good defensive play by Matthews to break it up. Back down into the Lobos end of the ice. Getting a new stick and picking it up is Colehurst, but the Ice Bears intercept. Lasansky drives it down back in low, working to Catalano, but instead it'll go over across and held in. Good play by Doley, and as he wound to shoot, it was blocked, but it stays in the zone. Doley again, blocked again this time by Shanks. Working it around in low. No power play, but the Ice Bears work it like it's a power play. Lasansky gonna work it. It's 5-on-5. Stewart in front, shot save. Rebound. Lasansky gloves it down. Plays good. Shot in, just missing wide on the left side by Matthews. Now right in front, we get a whistle and a stoppage in play. And do we get anything as far as penalties? No.
I think they're taking both of them.
Yeah. The official, Terry Farrar, pointed at Lasansky. He also pointed in the corner, too. He's going to get them both. You're right.
Let's hear it for your Ice Bears!
And Lasansky will go for high sticking. And
I think they're both going high sticking, and we're going to go to 4-on-4.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Yep, they're
high
both
stickings.
Going for high
Just a little frustration in front of the net. I know that Lasansky originally was crashing towards the net for a loose puck. Kind of got his stick slashed out of his hands and took exception to it. So picked the stick up, and those guys kind of went back and forth for a little while. We got 2s up on the board. We're going to 4-on-4 hockey.
Collier will get called. Shot in as the faceoff stays in the Lobo zone. Is worked to the left side. Dallas with it. Cutting to the net in front is A.J. Daniger. He's going to wait there. Dallas still with it. Gets around a defenseman to Stewart up high. 4-on-4. Missouri State working it again like it's a power play. Puck to the point, and it's out to center. Matthews calling for it back, but instead it's sent down in low. Daniger to spin and turn, but it stays along the line. It's still in play and chipped in by Matthews. Ice Bears steal the puck. Dallas does. Looking for Daniger. Dallas gets pulled down, penalty. Going into the box will be Shanks. 12:27 to go in the period, and the Ice Bears will go on power play number 7. Ryan, getting back to the boards on the side over there.
So there's an ad right behind the boards. It's a St. Louis Street Auto Body, a great sponsor of the Ice Bears. And in a previous game, the Kansas and Colorado School Mines game, a puck was dumped in around the boards, around the corner, hit that. The goalie thought it was going to go up the other side, hit the side of the Lexan, popped right out to the top of the crease area. Kansas player came in and tapped it home. Not sure that they really needed it because they had a 15-2 victory anyway, but just kind of put a little salt on the wound.
Normally, ads aren't a big deal, but we have a new system here for the ads, so there's just a little bit of a lip.
Yeah, it's I think it's a 32nd or a 16th of an inch that we have to add of Lexan to protect our sponsors' ads for the entire season.
12:07 to go. Cardinelli shoots, he scores, and Ted gets the hat trick. 2 of them have come on the power play. His 3rd goal of the season. And Missouri State has increased their power play percentage. They are 3 for 7 on the PP.
Yeah, another great shot by Ted Cardinale. You give him time and space, he's going to find where he wants to put it. And he might even look the goalie off for a second. And the second he hesitates, Ted knows where to put it. Great shot, just beat him. High glove, I believe. Now, that was a power play goal.
Yep.
And I believe the refs are discussing, I'm pretty sure that number 95 will come out, but I think they might be talking about taking number. No, okay, they're going to make sure. Okay, just wanted to make sure they got the right thing. The Quincentennials are going to stick up there, so we're going to go back to 4-on-4. But that was an Ice Bears power play goal.
As Cardinale got it up over the glove of the goaltender Fisher, we'll catch the call from Kevin Thurl, the public address announcer, here at Jordan Valley Ice Park. But the Ice Bears lead 6-0.
Missouri State goal scored on the power play, his 3rd of the game, number 90, Ted Cardinale. Assisted by number 9, Ethan Dabbs. And by number 10, Justin Koch. Time of the goal at 7:56 in the 3rd period.
So 7:56 will be the time of the goal. And it's still a 4-on-4 is coming in and having to make a save is Graham Nave.
Yep, on the way in, though, Ice Bears player had to get a stick in there. That's going to be a hooking penalty, and we are going on the kill for the Ice Bears. Power play time for the Lobos. That's going to be, can't see who the number is. That's Tyler Ott. And, that was kind of an unfortunate break. He fed that pass right through the middle, kind of split the D. And they were a little miscommunication on the Ice Bears defenseman, didn't know which one to take. And Tyler Ott just gets a stick right in the hands. Textbook call for the officials. Graham Nave, great save nonetheless.
Believe it or not, that's just the 2nd power play for the Lobos. And now, in 7 seconds, it'll be back to a 5-on-4. It's really a 4-on-3 for just a short time here. Here's Ronquillo, in low, up high, shot, blocked in front. Getting the shot was Shanks. Blocking it in front for Missouri State was Mitchell Doley. Now there's 1:44 left in a 5-on-4. It's sent over to Ronquillo. Up the middle, Shanks shoots. It's blocked into the corner. 1:35 remains. 6-0 Missouri State. 3 goals by Ted Cardinale, that is, but Christian Catalano does have a goal. Dobbs has one in Sullivan as the puck is cleared all the way down. 10:40 remains. Don't forget, we'll do this all tomorrow, starting at 1 o'clock once again. We'll have the game, the 1 o'clock and the 4 o'clock games will be on Web Sports Radio, just video only. Puck is cleared and sent all the way down off of the glove of Trujillo. And we'll have the broadcast here for you. Ryan, I don't know what you're doing tomorrow night, but you're welcome to join me in the booth if you need.
You know what? I'll see if I kind of roam around during the game, so it's nice to be able to sit down and watch a game up here in the booth with you. I'll definitely, if I can make it, Steve, I always like coming on the broadcast.
Ronquillo with a shot and a blocker saved by Nave. Puck to the corner. Oh, and it takes a bounce off of the Kimber cable ad and sent all the way down.
No, that was the stanchion on the glass. I won't take flack for that one.
Okay, I just wanted to get something in for Kimber cable.
A lucky bounce nonetheless. For the Ice Bears, cleared out of the zone, and yes, Kimber Cable, a great sponsor, helped us to put a new stereo in here 2 years ago, and Steve,
has it been 2 years?
I believe this is
it might be second season.
Start of the second, or maybe start of the
8 seconds to go on the power play. Nave has to make a save off the side of a good attempt, and another opportunity on a good attempt, that one by Rickert, and a save by Nave. Power play is over. We're 5-on-5 behind the Missouri State net. Battling for it is Jake Stewart. Stewart looking for his first goal, the sophomore out of Imperial, Missouri. Puck comes right up the middle, save, second save again by Nave, as McKinstry had 2 great opportunities, and the Ice Bears have a 2-on-1. Racing hard to get a shot off was Ott, but it's blocked by the same guy, McKinstry. They got a couple of good saves and our shots. Now we're going to get a penalty.
Yeah, that's against the Lobos.
They touch up and a penalty. And you know what? That would have been a bad situation. The Lobos goaltender, Fisher, was going to the bench. And had Missouri State still had possession, that would have been a bad thing.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a call against Tyler Lovett. And it's an interference call.
Yeah, just a little incidental bump in the corner. Avoidable, but the referee is going to go over and explain to the coach what's going on. Both referees over there at the Lobos bench.
11 penalties, 30 minutes for the Lobos right now.
Yeah. I hate to get away from the power play and the penalty situation. You remember in that interview between periods talking with Mitchell Doley about how Graham Nave is that spark that when he is playing great, they feed off of it.
Yep.
I mean, talk about those 2 back-to-back saves right there. I mean, the Ice Bears have to be feeling some momentum, and then even to go back on the power play now, let's see what we can do.
Dobbs will have it. High slot to Koch. He shoots. It's tipped in front and missed by Komar. Chased by Dobbs. He'll work it. Left circle. Gets free. Shoots. And just on the doorstep was Rita, and it just missed his stick. And it's cleared out to center by John Kelly of the Lobos. So Missouri State, who lead in shots 33-20, lead on the scoreboard 6-0, have an opportunity to get more. Easily into the zone. Dobbs in front to Rita, and it might have been deflected by the goaltender, and I believe it was. Fisher tipped it up over his net. Now getting dumped is Komar, penalty. Ice Bears can get the goaltender out. Here's a shot in, tip just wide. Missouri State with possession. They get another player on the ice who really needs to race there. Shot in, save again. And that'll do it. As the power play has expired. Or, I don't mean that. I meant the whistle has stopped. The power play will continue, and we'll have a 2-man advantage.
We'll have a 5-on-3 starting now. 1:05 left in the original. 2 on here. We've got 5-on-3 for a minute and 5 seconds.
This is an interference call. Going into the penalty box will be Colhurst. That is the 12th penalty, 32nd minute. And here is Dallas for Missouri State. To Gray. Left side. He shoots. Blocker save. Kick to the corner. Racing hard is Moon, and he's able to steal it. His number 5, Collier, is there. And now Moon and Collier trip over each other's sticks, but no penalties. Play continues. Gray with it. Kuzo right side. Now working some traffic in front is Brown. Kuzo gives it to Brown. Brown waits. He shoots, and looking for a tip by Moon, and he missed it. Whistle gets blown as the net is pulled off of its moorings. 17-17 to go in the period. And the face-off will stay in the zone. Ryan, I don't know if these are the metal pegs or if we have them drilled in.
We are using the metal pegs for this weekend, just because whenever we have 1 or 2 games back-to-back, we can get away with doing the breakaways where we drill them into the ice. But anything more than that, and it really takes a beating on the ice.
Shot in by Gray is blocked, and the Ice Bears will have to redo it. Power play on the 2-man advantage has 17 seconds, 1:11 to go in the secondary penalty. Ice Bears finally get it in the zone. Great play. Breaking it up was Ronquillo, but the Ice Bears do an even better play to keep it in. Now here is Kuzo. Power play for the two-man advantage with 2 seconds. A bouncer, and that'll do it. One's back. And racing all the way down is Lovett into the Missouri State zone. Now 49 seconds left on power play number 9. Puck cleared into the zone. This will be an icing call as it was not touched.
Yeah, it bounced right over his stick on that one. That's just a bad bounce. But you know what? We're going to go back down. We got 37. Can't count sometimes. 37 more seconds left on the power play.
It's okay. I haven't been able to count for years. Although right now you can count 6 on the board. Ted Cardinale has 3 of them. Dobbs, Catalano, and Sullivan.
Speaking of number 6, the number 6 ranked team is the Colorado School of Mines, and they're going to be looking for some redemption tomorrow in their game. So if you're interested, definitely check that one out. I believe they're playing at 4 o'clock.
No, they're playing Missouri State tomorrow.
We're playing. Yeah, right. No, 7 o'clock. That's going to be a great game to watch.
It's going to be a good one. Puck broken away by Lovett and cleared all the way down. 20 seconds to go on the power play.
9 games this weekend. I can't forget which ones are going on.
Tell me about it. That's why we're at least streaming all of the games, but only doing play-by-play for Missouri State side. It's too much to try to just prep for. 3 or 4 teams actually is a lot to prep for. Here's Koch up the middle. 5-on-5. Shot missed wide by Koch.
Back to 5-on-5.
Down in low again. Rita's going to work it, and it's intercepted, though, taken away by McKinstry, and it's a 2-on-2. Shot in, big save, rebound in front. Nave, a score! Nave made the first save. It was a huge one on McKinstry. Then the follow-up, I think, is Colehurst. And the first goal of the game for New Mexico is on the board.
I thought it was the same player that made the rush on the outside, got his own rebound.
It might have been.
Cut towards, and Graham went to go push off, and I think he slid it right underneath him. So we'll have to see if we might be able to cue that one back up here in a second.
Let's see if we can take a look at it. There's the save in there. Yep, you're right. Yeah. So it looks like it might be Colehurst's goal. And it's 6-1. I'm going to venture to bet that it is.
New Mexico goal scored unassisted on the play by number 93, Tyler Colrust. Time of the goal at 14:27 of the third period, scored unassisted by number 93.
And you know what? That's the actual pronunciation of his name.
Is it? Yeah, sometimes it's hard to read down there in the box, the score sheets, when the coaches put their players on there. Sometimes handwriting is not the greatest.
Yeah, I called him Colehurst. It's Colrust. That is his correct name. And Tylik gets his second goal of the season. It is unassisted. And I don't remember what he said the time was.
I'm not sure, but you know what? Regardless, that was just a hard-working goal. That's a player's goal right there.
Yeah, it was definitely, and you know, that caught the Ice Bears goaltender, Nave, kind of out of position. He couldn't really make a save as we get a puck chopped up into the glove of Fisher. He tried to get the outstretched he tried to outstretch his pad, kind of like a Jonathan Quick type save, and he just couldn't keep it out.
Yeah, I mean he made a great Colehurst made a great play into the net to follow his own rebound up, and just it was able to slide it right under Graham. I know Graham will want that one back, but he's got 21 other good ones right now.
So 14:23 will be the time of the goal for Colehurst's unassisted tally. And now here's Gray. Moves it ahead, gets his own shot off the wall. Gray shoots, blocked. Behind the net, and Gray tried an opportunity in front, but it was covered up by Fisher. You know what that just reminded me of? I don't know if you saw it the other night, but the LA Kings game. They won it in overtime.
I'm not a Kings fan like you, Steve.
So Drew Doughty on the right side comes in, gets a shot. It's saved by I think it was a Chicago game. So it was saved by Crawford. Got caught behind him right at the goalpost. Doughty circles around and taps it in for an overtime winner with 11 seconds left.
Here's some trouble.
Here's a potential lead break, and it was broken up. As looking for a good opportunity was Jacob Dunwoody, but Missouri State was able to gain control.
Yeah, now Gray wouldn't have got a stick on that.
Here comes Gray with an opportunity again, runs into the goaltender, and play is continuing out to center. Oh, now we are going to get a penalty. Well, that's interesting. I thought I saw the official was going to call something, and then now we finally get the penalty.
Yeah, we've got a slash on Nick Gray right there. Might have missed that one, but behind the play coming out, I'm sure he didn't like the push into the net. And unfortunately, with only 3 minutes and 19 seconds left, not a great way to go out on that one. But like I said, sometimes in these weird scoring games when shots are somewhat similar and the score is so lopsided, it gets a weird feeling. Emotions are high, and unfortunately that's one the Ice Bears wish they could have.
7 penalties, 22 minutes, and it'll be power play number 3 for the Lobos as Gray gets called for tripping.
A 2-minute minor for tripping.
Well, yeah, that's what they said. I know.
Good.
It looked like interference. It's still 2 minutes.
I thought he called a slash. I thought he slashed him behind the play.
Either way, it's still 2 minutes. Here come the Ice Bears across the line into the zone. Working it is Moon. Moon avoids a check by Ronquillo, but gets his puck stolen by McKinstry. Here he comes across the line while he waited instead for it to be picked up by Shanks. Drop back pass out to center. Start all over with 1:11 to go on the power play. Ronquillo. Mentioned Ronquillo. He is one of the leading scorers for the Lobos. Last season, 40 goals, 20 assists. This year, 15 and 7. Puck is cleared all the way down into the Lobos' end of the ice. Goaltender Fisher will stop it there. Ice Bears almost got caught in a line change. Now it goes to Shanks. 2:04 remaining. 43 seconds left in the power play. Shot over to the far side to McKinstry. Can't control it enough to keep it in play. The Ice Bears will have possession. Back of their own net. Working it well is Matthews. Played with a high stick, but the Ice Bears touch it. Play continues. Catalano. 2-on-1. Catalano. Shot in. Score! Oh, what a goal! Did that go off the defense? As Catalano got the shot, and it did change directions, and I don't know if it went off the defenseman's stick or in.
You know what? I think you're right. I think it hit the defenseman's stick and then kind of lost 90% of its velocity, and just a small little flutter just goes right over the shoulder. But I think you're right. I think it caught their defenseman there.
I'll see if we can get a look at this one, but absolutely crazy.
Kind of a weird Kareem there. That's a shorthanded goal with 20 seconds left, the kill. So
it is. We'll see if we can get a look at this one here coming up. 1:33 remaining, and the Ice Bears have a 6-1 lead.
7.
Or excuse, did I say 6? I meant 7-1. We'll see if we can get the call here.
Short-handed goal scored by number 20, Christian Catalano. Assisted by number 71, Jacob Matthews. Time of the goal at 18:19 of the third period, scored short-handed by number 20, assisted by number 71.
That is Catalano's second goal. See there? Okay, we'll have to get a little bit better look at that
zoom
one.
Zoom over to the left a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see if we
can. A little bit in front, maybe, of him, and see what it bounces over. But nonetheless, we are back to 5-on-5 hockey with just over a minute left in regulation here.
Now we got less than a minute to go. Puck comes in, and we get a couple of players. Daniger, one of them, knocking over the goaltender. Let's see if we can take a look at that one and see just exactly what happened.
Yeah, it hit that defenseman, and it was a little flutter, and definitely threw the goaltender off. And
yeah, I'm gonna give us a little bit more room to look at this one here. I think
there we go. Maybe you're right about here. And
enough.
Let's see what this one looks like.
Let's see. Yeah, it did. It hit the defenseman's stick. And
hey, you know what? They all look the same on the score sheet, though, don't they?
It definitely
does.
does.
Christian will take it.
His second of the season, shorthanded, and Missouri State, that is their second shorthanded goal this season, and they lead 7-1. See, that's why I like having somebody in the booth with me, and I can write all this stuff down and get the replays, and you can just talk.
You know what? I can talk. I don't mind it every once in a while, especially on a fun weekend like this with some great hockey going on.
36 seconds remaining. Here's Shanks, blocked, down the middle, tipped in front. Oh, and a big save. Tipped right in front by Carnes. 20 seconds to go. 16, and the play continues. Flipped out to center, and the Ice Bears will have control. Ott will work it in. 9 seconds remains. Colhurst will grab it. And that should do it for the game. As time runs out, and Missouri State takes the win. They improve to 3-5-1 on the season. The Ice Bears in the third period put 9 shots on Fisher, 3-period total of 37. And 9 shots were put on Graham Nave, 3-period total of 23. First period, Ted Cardinale gets a power play goal. His first, Komar with the assist, and Missouri State has a 1-0 lead. Then Dobbs at 12:47 of the second. The assist goes to Hendricks and Koch, and Missouri State is rocking and rolling. Christian Catalano, his first at 16:37. Dorley with the assist up over the shoulder of the goaltender Fisher, and Missouri State is enjoying a 3-0 lead. Then on the power play, this one is Sullivan's goal, actually. Sullivan will get the 5th goal. Ted Cardinale's 4th goal was on the power play, his 2nd.
Fans, let's hear for our Missouri State
Then a goal. Let's see if this one's the goal by Colrust. No, that's an Ice Bears goal. Forgot to label these. That's Cardinale's goal right there. That is his power play goal, his 3rd for the hat trick. This one, I think, is Colrust's goal, who picks up the rebound. Yeah, and he puts it past the outstretched Nave. And then the final goal of the contest to make it 7-1 shorthanded, Christian Catalano with a little fluttering that makes it up over the glove of the goaltender Fisher. And that's where we end up with a 7-1 victory in favor of the Missouri State University over the University of New Mexico. Power plays, Missouri State was 3-for-9 on the power play. Lobos were 0-for-3. Penalties end up Missouri State with 7 for 22 minutes, 12 for 32 for the Lobos. Graham Nave gets the win. Sam Fisher takes the loss. And again, our next broadcast tomorrow, the Route 66 showcase continues. Washington University versus St. Louis versus the University of Kansas. That's 1 o'clock. That will be video only and the sights and sounds of the arena. And same thing for the 4 o'clock game, which tomorrow will feature the University of New Mexico versus Arkansas at 4. And then, of course, right here, Missouri State, Colorado School of Mines. That's at 7 o'clock tomorrow. We will have the broadcast for you. I will. We'll have a cameraman. Maybe Ryan will join us. But either way, Ryan, a good win for Missouri State.
Absolutely. No other way that Coach Blevins and the rest of the crew would have wanted it to go. It's a big game against a big school. A lot of good points up for grabs this weekend with this high caliber of teams in this showcase, with rankings being out so early. And early in the season, I should say. Really just excited about the way the Ice Bears are playing, excited about the other games going on, excited about everybody being able to have the opportunity to see any game they want at any time for free. We're not a fast hockey or anything like that makes you pay for. This is a service that Web Sports Radio puts on, and Missouri State Hockey appreciates every bit of it. And it's a great tournament. If you're in the area, I know that a lot of fans have traveled out here to come see their team, their hometown team, their home school. if you're in the area, come on out. These tickets are great. $5, you can't beat it. $20, you get the whole weekend. We really appreciate everything that's going on, and really looking forward to having a good next 6 games of this showcase. So, Steve, thank you again for everything. You're great call tonight, great game. Go see what Graham Nave has to say about that last goal. I'm sure he won't be. He was a little sour.
Well, you know what? It was a good goal regardless. If it had to beat him, that was one of the better goals.
That was a hard-working hockey goal for sure.
That'll do it here from the Jordan Valley Ice Park Stan Melton Ice Arena. Ice Bears win it by a count of 7-1 here tonight. They will move on tomorrow to play Game 2. I'm Steve Casson for Ryan Armstrong and for my cameraman, Jake Luther. Thanks for joining us. We will see you tomorrow. Until then, good night, everyone.
You've been listening to Missouri State Ice Bears Hockey with your host, Steve Casson. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Ice Bears Hockey is a presentation of DS Sports Enterprises and WebSportsRadio.com.